Hello, everybody. Stream lives. I know it's been it's been way too long since I last streamed, and in that time, a Muse update came out, so that's what we're gonna be playing today. I also got a new layout. If we can stop that. That was some Filgus music playing. Is that how we're meant to say that? Probably not, but Filgrus? Gross? I don't know. New layout. I hope it's not too overwhelming. Like, I hope it's not... I don't know. I don't know if the pink and all the symbols and text ends up kind of overwhelming or overcomplicating things. I don't know. Does it take away from the game too much? I hope not. I hope it also doesn't take away from the bitrate too much, but I guess we'll see. I'm still running the 6K, right? 6K bitrate. Yeah, I'm still rocking the 6K. Alright. That should be fine. That should be more than fine enough, honestly. Maybe if I was playing a PC game, it wouldn't be... Actually, no, it would be perfectly fine. It's flat, but yeah, but I just mean like the different symbols and stuff is mainly... I guess they're also all flat colors. They're just red, purple. Oh, what's going on? Ooh, that was scary. I just dropped like 800 frames. I don't know why. I hope that doesn't happen again. That's rare. That hasn't happened in a long time. I wonder why. That's concerning. Alarming, in fact. Let's turn on the game audio. There you go. Alright, well, I have to move off. I need to get a second monitor is what I need to do, but... Because I can't see OBS when I play. But, whatever. We'll just assume it's fine. I also hope that it's not too loud. I don't know. The volume I need to use for Muse Dash versus other games is so different because rhythm games just as a base level make their games much louder. Since hearing is like 80% of it. Alright, whatever, let's go. So the Figos, whatever, Gross collab, which is another rhythm game, so it's music from that game, and then Cutish Justice Volume 7 is out as well, and that was all in the same update. Yeah, this is kind of a jam though. Ah. Ah. It was a good warm-up. It's a good warm-up to get back into it. It's been ages since I played this. Also, I assume later this month. Oh right, yeah, there's new illustrations. Actually, there's some I already have. This is new, right? Yeah. So this is the one for the collab. And this one's also new, which we don't have yet. And then, which one was this one? Yeah, that's the one I love. Yeah, and so I think this is new. But I think that was from the last update, because I didn't show this, but they also added this abomination to the game. So that's lovely. I hope I never have to see it again. And yeah. Alright, so what I was just about to say, I assume later this month the 3rd anniversary update will also be coming out. So it already came out on Steam like earlier last month, I think. I'm pretty sure it was last month it came out on Steam. But Steam always gets the updates faster than the Switch version, because you don't have to wait for Nintendo to review it and approve it. I assume Steam also has a approval process, but it must just be much faster. Because multi-plat games, if they're on PC, almost always have their updates first on PC. And they always say it's because, whether it's Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, they just have a tighter or longer review process before they can say, yep, this is allowed on our console. Ah! Okay. Holy shit, that was so long. That actually hurt my aunt. Merry Christmas, everybody. Christmas in July. I guess. Oh my god. That's cute. That's nice. I like that. Using the ding of you collecting those things to make the music. That's I like that. Oh yeah, there's only 3 songs. God damn. Well, there's only 3 songs for the collab. We have more to do, because we have Cutie's Justice. The new volume of that is also out. And we'll be doing more after this, of course, because there's only been like... It's been very few times that I've had Muse be an entire stream. Because it's always just me kind of doing the update content, so it's always too short to be an entire stream. We'll play Katawa Shoujo after this, by the way. I think it's been like 3 or 4 months since I last touched Katawa Shoujo. It's been quite a while. I wanted to focus on Fire Emblem for a while there. Just get used to streaming that again. Which we will also get back to. Try to get back to multiple games having a harmonious relationship on my stream, and not one just being predominant. Well, I mean, one will still be predominant, but not go back to any of them just disappearing for months on end. Oh god, this is... Whew, that was fucked. My god. And what level was that song at? Because that was the easy version. Oh, that was 6? Okay, that kind of makes sense. 6 on easy though, that's kind of... I can usually pass a hard 7. This should be doable for me, probably.
Music. Ready, go!
Oh my god. Maybe I can't. That was terrible. I am not finishing this. I have 10 HP. There's no way I'm going through the rest of this without taking damage. Yeah. God damn it. Alright, that was a bit too much. That was a bit too much for me. Eight hard? Yeah, no. Alright, that's it for the update then. Okay, now cute is everything. Which I already just took a glance at this update. I didn't actually play anything, but I looked at it just here on my Switch, and look at these covers. This is so many good covers here. This one, this one, this one, this one especially is really good. And this one's also just really cute. I mean, yeah, it's called Cute Everything, but look at these. They're so good. Except this one, because it's just text, but... So let's check that new illustration we got. The real important part of Muse Dash. Yeah. Yeah. See? See? Anyway. 1? Wow. Alright. It feels so weird when they add new songs that are like 1 or 2. Even 3 is kind of low. Like, this is the DLC. Like, you have to pay to get access to this. I don't... Like, sure, someone could buy the game tomorrow and then buy the DLC right away. Or if it's on Switch, it just comes with the DLC, but... Like, I don't know. I feel like you got enough easy songs in the base that you don't need to also include them in the DLC. I think I recognize this voice. Obviously from other songs in this game, I think. I really like it. I have like 2 songs in my favorites that I think are by the same person, possibly. Or I'm just terrible at recognizing Chinese. Why do you gotta do that to me, game? Just have it keep going for like a solid first few seconds. I'm just like, is another one gonna come up? It's trying to catch me off. Muse Dash is a CG collector with rhythm game side content. That's true. That's true. We put up with the rhythm game so that we can stare at the CGs. Yeah, who is the artist here? Okay, now I have my doubts, but let's check. No, okay, I think that's everyone I wanted to check, right? Yeah, okay, I was just wrong. I thought it was... What did I think it was? No, well, maybe. I thought it was this one, mainly. But, listening to it now, it's actually not very similar. I can tell listening to them closely, but in my memory they sounded the same. Yeah, that comes back to me just not being able to recognize Chinese at all. Languages I have experience listening to. English and Japanese. That's kind of it.
Ready?
I actually went to watch a those Chinese anime, as they call them, recently. It was very strange. Couldn't make it through one episode. Not that there's anything wrong with the language. I'm just very not used to hearing it, and it just completely threw me off. I mean, the same thing used to happen when I started watching anime. I used to never be able to watch more than like one episode per day. Because I wasn't used to hearing the language or reading the subtitles. At least I'm super used to the subtitle part now, for anything. But yeah, I'm also used to reading them at the pace and of the Japanese speaking, at least in anime performances, which I'm obviously very familiar with, so I kind of understand what pace to read them at, so that I read it as they say it. Which is still kind of not accurate, because sometimes they fuck up the sentence structure too much. So that things that are revealed or said after pauses in people's sentences doesn't quite come out right if you follow the subtitles sentencing. Which I feel like could be fixed if you just took a little effort and thought about how to phrase it so that information is coming out at the right point after the right pauses or something. If they're like, oh, this, and then they think, and then they say something specific. It's like, yeah, that order of delivery of information is important, but, you know, just slap it down in whatever sentence you want, I guess. Although it's probably just because of the quick turnaround subtitles need nowadays.
Music. Ready? Go!
Oh, I jumped early there. But I'm very lucky I didn't hit anything. What? Ah! Fuck me. I totally could have full comboed this. God damn it. This is the man who barely knows Japanese and has never translated anything. Well, sure, I'm sure there's some situations where it's actually quite hard to do so, but there are also some situations where you could do better. Because I had a go-to example I liked to use that I used to remember, but I can't remember it anymore, unfortunately. I remember the basis of it, but I can't remember the specifics. Which is why I specified, like, using pauses and stuff correctly. But, I mean, yeah, obviously there are some situations where it's probably either very hard or impossible to do so. But there are situations where it can be done. So I can still look up things after the fact and think about it. Which is why I specified it probably just happens because subtitles need to be pumped out quick. They don't have time to think about the delivery specifically and how it can relate to the subtitles and what could be a better sentence structure and a better way of presenting it that's more consistent with the way it's presented. And it's easier to just translate it, write it out, put it in. I'm not even really blaming the translators, I'm just saying it's a shame more than anything. But I get it. After all, as you say, yeah, I'm not the one doing it. I'm the guy looking at it after the fact, who even needs research time to even figure out what was being said originally anyway. Heck, I rarely even notice it in the moment. There's only been a few times where it's kind of obvious. Nice. Alright. More CG. Ah, oh, god damn it. Of course they would. These are all so low level. It's crazy. 2? I don't get it.
Music. Ready, go!
I made the collab all be fairly high level. Ah! No, you know what? It's level 2. Restart that. I'm not having a level 2 that isn't full comboed. That was terrible.
Ready,
Confirmed worst player of this game. That was really short. Sounds like it's gonna be a fun one. And that's chewing the title. She's gonna say chew a lot, guys. It's gonna be great. I'm fucking retarded. I was pressing the wrong button at first. Ah. Ah. Pretty good. Pretty based. Favorite again. Is it this one? Yeah, do that. This one too. Oh, yeah, you know, I'm good with that. Alright. Oh, 7? No, let's try it.
Music. Ready? Go!
Level 7 was a mistake! I refuse to accept that I should have been hit by that, but yeah, I would have died anyway. Too much chew. Oh yeah, I haven't said this on stream. Thanks to Troopless, who followed me while I wasn't streaming. Like 4 days ago, I think. And that's because it's someone I know who I told about my account, so I went and followed it, but no. It's not like some random just followed me when I wasn't even streaming. There's only like, I think 2 times that's happened, and I am confused whenever it does. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's something I need to say. I guess I could have saved this for the end of the stream, but it's something I can say now. I will be moving soon-ish. Either later this month or early next month. Just depends on different factors, but yeah, have to move by the start of August. I mean September. By early September we have to move, so we're gonna try and move by the end of this month or in August. Because we're renting and the people that owned our house died. They were a couple. One died. Not long after, the other died. They didn't die at the same time, they died separate but very close to each other. And so, they were like really old. So, they're, I believe 5 of them, kids, basically got default ownership. And they decided they just didn't want the hassle of dealing with it. Also, the land value is probably going to go down soon because they're about to build a big sports center across the road, which might have the value go up after it's done, but while it's construction, it brings the value down because who's going to buy a house when there's a shit ton of construction going on right across the road? Like literally right across the road, right in front of this house. So, and yeah, they also just probably don't want to deal with it and giving it to people and having to deal with owning a rented property. So they're selling it properly to someone, so we gotta get out. Really annoying for me. Moving again. If anyone doesn't know, I moved in 2017, 2018, 2020, and now 2021. 2019 is the only year in recent years where I didn't have to move in a year. So, you know. 7 is a mistake. 7 is a mistake. 4. Alright. It's like nothing that's like 6. Come on, like no 6s or 5s in there. I'm just going with 7.
Ready?
But yeah, moving sucks. Just gotta get out the folded boxes again. Put them back together. Put everything in them again. Take apart all the furniture again. Or if it can't be, carry heavy fucking furniture. Out of this house, onto a trailer, to other house, and then do it all again backwards. Yay! I'm really not looking forward to it, guys. I'm so fucking sick of moving. Why did COVID have to happen? And yes, COVID is to blame for... because COVID's the only reason we did this move, and it's only because we're at this house that we have to move again, because the couple died that owns it. If we were at the old place, well, the owners wouldn't be dead, so we'd just still be there. Can erase 2 moves in one right there by just not having COVID happen. Oh nice, I actually did that quite well. Well, it was, it was level 4. I guess it would be weird if I didn't do well. Still, a hard 4 is different from an easy 4. Alright? That's a difference. Alright, I think that's everything. Just took about an hour. I guess that's what I expected. It usually takes about an hour. The last time I did Muse Dash, I'm pretty sure it was an hour, so... that checks out. Alright, let's move on to Katawa Shoujo then. Pretty simple stuff. Ooh. What act was I up to with Emmy? Act 2, I think, was still on. I can check by just... oh yeah, we have to get rid of all of our stuff because Katawa Shoujo uses this layout. Because the game is smaller. Could I just transplant it? Couldn't I just transplant it into the other one? Whatever. We'll just stick with this layout for now. We're almost done with the game anyway. So what was I up to? Wait, return. Extras. Yeah, turn on the music there. Put it up to like there or something maybe. Library, I think? Yeah, okay. Emmy. Yeah, we're still in Act 2. And we're 90% complete! 90%. Do we have any Act 1 scenes left? No, we don't. Based. Yeah, we just got Emmy stuff left. We're almost done. It's crazy. It's been like 2 years? No. Has it? It might. Okay. Yep. Eira Act 2. I guess we just won't. You know what? No, screw it. I'll go get the book. I'll go get the open book emoji. It's tradition. No, stop. Go. There we go. Oh wait, I didn't change the game category. Whoops. Right. Katawa. Why did they take away the Katawa Shoujo category? It's so fucking dumb. Gotta streaming games plus demos. Ugh, kill me. Alright. What else was I gonna... There was something I was gonna do. Why can't I remember? What was I going to do? There was... Okay, I guess I'm just... brain dead? Am I? What? I was gonna... Why did I feel like it was important? Okay, I don't know what I was thinking I needed to do, but I guess it's not important. It might have been just mentioning something about the move, was it? I don't know. But I guess I should actually just mention, now that I've thought of it. So yeah, there'll be some period of time where I'm moving, and so the streams will stop. If I'm streaming every day, then there won't be a problem, because I'll just tell you, like, hey, it's happening tomorrow or soon or whatever. There's, like, a multitude of factors that contribute. If the lockdown that we're currently in gets extended, then we'll do it next week. If it doesn't, then we're more likely to do it a bit later than that, more towards the end of July. But if we're unable to, then we'll do it early August. But if the lockdown is extended, we'll probably be doing it next week. If it's extended into that next week, you know. As in next weekend, probably, because it's ending before then, at least at the moment. So yeah, we'll see. We'll just see. Oh, right, I also didn't turn off my... Hang on, I need to... Did I leave it open? I did. Close. Okay. Didn't even turn my switch off. Maybe that's what I was forgetting to do. Alright. Visual novel gaming time. Man, oh wait. Right. I did remember what I actually wanted to do. I wanted to check how long it's been since I started. Katawa Shoujo. Okay, Well, the first stream happened in... What is that? March? No, April, 15th of April last year, so it's been over a year since then. But when did I start the YouTube series? Remember that? Remember when Katawa Shoujo was a YouTube series? I remember that. So part 1 was... Oh boy. Yep. June 26, 2019. Jesus Christ. It's been quite a long time, that one. Holy shit. Yeah, so over 2 years since I started the YouTube, but God, content was coming out fucking slow when it was a YouTube series, huh? Started it in June 2019. Part 8 only came out April the next year. That's so slow. And each part was half an hour long. So that's, what, 4 hours in, what, like, 9-10 months or something? Fuck. I've had streams that do that much content in one sitting. 4 hours worth. Jesus. Alright. Let's get on with it. I'm delaying because I feel weird reading out loud again. I haven't done it in so long. Sound of my alarm brings me out of a dream involving pirates and some other stuff I can't really remember. Mood. That's just every dream. You just wake up, you're like, it's pirates or something? I don't know, there was some other stuff. I'm a little blurry-eyed and it feels like it took me longer than usual to get dressed and down to the track. Glance at my watch reveals that I was right, and I am in fact running a little late. The thing is, there's no Emmy. Oh no, the disappearance of Emmy... I can't remember her last name. I thought she should be here. She definitely should be here. I mean, I was late. I guess I wasn't the only one who had trouble getting up this morning. The thought crossed my mind that it never quite stopped raining yesterday. Did you go running up? She got a cold! Of course. Time for drama. Time for sick drama. Sick as in she's actually gonna be sick, not sick as in the drama will be fully sick epic, bro. It seems likely Emmy's a lot of things, but cautious isn't one of them. She probably figured the rain wouldn't stop, and that's why she was so adamant about running alone. Still, I would have gladly run with her, even if it was in the rain. Heck, if anything, I would have been able to convince her to come in once it got really bad. That would be why she didn't want me along, of course. Actually, did I... Okay, we're all good. Even so, I can't help wanting to know where she is. Well, nothing for it. I'd better stretch and run and hope that Emmy shows up with a girl and an excuse. Oh, with a girl and... No, a grin and an excuse. What the hell am I reading? It's been a while since I read this tiny-ass fucking dialogue. On my cooldown lap, I am forced to admit that Emmy isn't showing up. Furthermore, I have no idea where she is. Anxiety gnaws at me, while at the same time, I wonder just why I'm so worried over her. The run helped to take my mind off it for a little while, but now that I'm finished, I'm back to worrying. It was weird not having her here. Downright unnerving. It suddenly dawns on me that I've been running to hang out with Emmy as much as I've been running to stay healthy. Probably more to be with Emmy, now that I think of it. It's one of those things that are completely obvious, yet somehow I never realized it. She really is someone I enjoy being with. As revelations go, it's hardly world-shaking. All the same, I find myself feeling slightly shocked. When did this happen? Well, no time to think about this. I want to ponder this new development. I have a greater desire to find out what's happened to Emmy. Lost the nurse when I stopped in to see him. Well, you seem to be in good shape, Sal. That's good to hear. I place my shirt and stand to leave as usual. Except instead of leaving, I ask a question. Hey, where's Emmy? She didn't show up this morning. Is she okay? Well, I try valiantly to conceal the anxiety in my voice. The nurse's expression suggests that I failed miserably. You mean she didn't tell you? She's sick in bed. What? Sick? The nurse shrugs. Yeah, she came to my office early this morning with a fever. To be honest, I'm surprised she made it here. She was burning up when she arrived. I believe she'd planned to let you know, but she asked me to tell you. Oh, shoot. Nurse gives me a sheepish smile that seems at least partially sincere. I thought I'd stop by the track to let you know in case she forgot to. Sorry about that. But we don't need to tell Emmy I forgot, right? I return the nurse's smile with a devious one of my own. Oh, of course not. This is fine blackmail material. I'll save it for whenever I need a favor from you. The nurse laughs. Well, I guess I deserve that. But you know, I've got tons of blackmail I knew that you're not even aware of. So don't push your luck, alright? My expression earns another laugh from the nurse. I'm just kidding, Asao. Seriously, don't tell Emmy I forgot, okay? The secret is safe with me. Oh, good. Now go on. Get out of here. Wait, I've got one more question. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the fuck was that? My mouse just, like, went out of control. It had a mind of its own. Shoot. Is she gonna be okay? Oh yeah, definitely. Her fever was high, but it was already starting to go down by the time she came by my office. I'll probably check up on her again at lunch to be sure, but I expect she'll be up and about by the evening no matter what I tell her. Maybe I should visit her after class. Turn that down a little. It takes me a second to realize I've spoken aloud. Nurse raises an eyebrow and gives me a searching glance for a moment. Well, it might not be a bad idea. You could let me know if she's taking a turn for the worse, I guess. No funny business, you get it? I know what med you're on after all. I think that's a threat against my life, but I'm not sure. That is a weird thing to say. Either way, I assure the nurse that my intentions, what? Chaste? I know that's a word, but I can't remember how to pronounce it.
Chaste.
Yeah, chaste. I couldn't remember if it was... Yeah, whatever. Look, I've never seen it spelt out, but I've heard it said, so I assumed it was either chaste or, like, chastise. It's not too long enough to be that. That's why I was like... I guess it could be something else, but I was pretty sure it was chaste. And exit the office. Interesting that the nurse sees me as some sort of potential suitor to Emmy. Even more interesting... what? Even more interesting is how pleased that makes me feel. I need a shower. Was that a masturbation joke? Maybe. The lunch bell rings and I find myself disinclined to make my way up to the roof. After all, I'm betting Rin knows where Emmy is, and if that's the case, then I doubt she'd bother going up there. More to the point, I doubt we'd have any sort of... What? Scintillating? God damn it. Oh. Scintillating. Sparkling or shining brightly. Brilliantly and excitingly clever or skillful.
Scintillating.
Scintillating? I've never heard that word before. Scintillating. Oh shit, Nate Tank's here. How you doing? It's always good to see you stop by. We are learning the word scintillating because I've never seen it spelled or said before, but there it is. I also think it's not a very good word to use there. After looking up the definition. Terrible use of the word, but whatever. Chances are she'd prefer to be alone up there anyway, so I don't accidentally ruin her train of thought or something. Unfortunately, I don't really feel like heading to the cafeteria either. Guess I'll go to the library instead. I need a new book to read anyway, having finished my other one yesterday before bed. Maybe I can find... blah blah blah. Maybe I can find them all by the same offer. My reading's terrible today. Hang on, I'm gonna drink. Learning words with Eira. Yep. Seems to be. Some things never change. Having a headache sucks too. Damn, man. Hope you feel better then. Well, or rather, like, you know, soon. Obviously, you don't feel better right now. Maybe I should put my glasses on, that might help. I don't need them for reading, just so we're clear. I'm nearsighted, not But the glasses do make even close things slightly clearer, because my eyes suck. I love libraries. It's like that meme line from fucking Ruby. I love libraries, guys. They smell like dust and paper and ink. All these stories... Blah, why do I suck? All these stories and facts and opinions crowded together in one place makes the air come alive with potential. I'm not sure how to navigate Yamaku's library yet, having mostly stuck to books I brought with me, so I searched for the librarian and asked for help. Have we not... What? Have we not met Yuko yet? No, we surely have. I was forced off of Halo because of one day. Oh. Yeah, that'll happen. Headaches are actually the worst. I can't fucking stand headaches. I also tend to have trouble getting rid of them. So as soon as I even have a slight headache, I'm like instantly to the medication. And then my parents get mad at me because I take it too often. Just like sometimes you can just go to sleep and try to wait for it to go away normally and not instantly jump to meds, but I cannot stand them. Yugo, looking rather distracted, suddenly emerges from one of the aisles. Excuse me? Oh, can I help you? Actually, I was looking for a book. So am I. Advanced, cryptography? There we go. We just got it in, and now it's going missing. I really, really wanted to read that one. Cryptography. Yeah, that is... This guy I knew... No, not sure how to describe it. Skip to the end. Got me interested in cryptography. Got me interested in... Oh my god. Cryptography. Only now the book's gone, and I think it's been stolen. Sounds pretty terrible. Yeah, especially because now I have to search the whole library for it. Even though it's probably not even here. You seem busy. A little. She dashes off down another aisle, and I rein myself. Resign? Resign myself to find my own damn book. Damn book? Really? Alright, interesting choice of words. Plenty of choices. That damn fourth Chaos Emerald. Oh, come on, how did I get lost? These aren't even printed books. They're all in Braille. I guess that makes sense in a school like this, but honestly, it's a little annoying. I'm sorry, is someone there? A lilting voice drifts out from behind one of the cubicles set up for research. As I approach, I see that Lily's been reading a book while I've been stomping about the aisles. Oh no, I should be apologizing. I didn't mean to make so much noise. Why, is that you, Hisao? I've not heard from you. Why did I give her... Whoa, I've never given her that accent before. Is that you, Hisao? I've not heard from you in quite some time. I was beginning to think you'd forgotten all about me. Sorry. Lily, please, we did your route last time. Get out of here. Lily laughs in that refined manner of hers and shakes her head. I'm only teasing you, Hisao. From what I hear, you've been busy... Wait, did I do it last? I did do it last, yeah. Morning runs with... Oh my god, running runs with Ibarazaki? Is that Ibarazaki? Probably. And lunch on the rooftop, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Guess word got around pretty quickly. That, and I can't coax poor Hanako on the roof anymore. Free rolls up there, claiming the spot for yourself. She chads me gently, though it's pretty clear she's just testing me again. Testing or teasing? Teasing. I can't fucking read. Still, I feel an odd need to apologize. Sorry, we could eat lunch. Blah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take a quick break because apparently my mind has decayed into mesh, and I need a stretch or walk or something to make it stop. I do feel a bit better now, but we'll see how it goes. I realize the real main problem is actually probably that I haven't eaten since waking up. So that's probably it. But I had no time to eat. I woke up and it was 12. It was already 12, and I was like, well, I want to stream today, so I should probably start soon-ish. I think I still took like an hour to start, but you know. Well, what time's it now? 2:20? Yeah, I started at 1:18. Yeah, so I started a bit after. Actually, that means I. 1? Yeah, it means I started a bit after 1. It's about what I expected. Eira never eats. It's true. Well, yeah, that's the main reason. The other thing is, I just wasn't hungry when I woke up. And I'm still not really hungry now, even, like, a little bit, but I don't feel hungry, so it's fine, really. I should be eating less anyway. And that's because I ate at, like, 3 a.m., was it? 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or something? I made some bad decisions last night. Let's not worry about it, alright? I stayed up till 3 a.m. playing, you know, playing a game. Let's just say a game. Just call it a game. I don't need to go into detail. It's a game. No, it was a hentai game, so I stayed up till 3 a.m. playing that while eating macas. So, you know, peak of humanity right here. But don't worry, I regret it, so probably won't be doing that again anytime soon. Peak D-Gen, yeah, it really is. It's like, it's already like pretty D-Gen, and then I'm like, how can I make this worse, you know? Ah, I got it, order macas, yeah. Great fucking idea, old me. Terrible fucking choice. Peak cringe? Alright, bro. You're on Twitch. Don't act like you're better than me. Peak cringe, but you are right. Terrible choice. Master, what is that? Hyperion? Hyperion, maybe? I don't know. We could each lunch somewhere else if it's a real problem. Oh no, I wouldn't worry about it. Hanako and I have other things to do at lunch too. Such as read in the library, as you can see. Okay, she says this like she actually goes on the roof. But like, I've played the Hanako and Lily route. They don't go on the roof, they just sit in their fucking room and play chess. Oh, Hanako's here. Bleh. Oh, Hanako's here too? I didn't see her. Lily smiles, a bit enigmatically. Well, she's around somewhere. But I'm surprised to see her here and here, instead of up there. What brings you to the library? Well, Emmy's here. Bleh. Oh my god, why do I... Focus! Fucking read. Oh my god, I'm terrible right now. I'm terrible today. Well, Emmy's ill. Oh my god. Is it because I haven't eaten? I don't even know, man. Well, Emmy's... Why is... Emmy's ill, so there's no lunch on the rooftop to keep me occupied. I'm the worst. I'm gonna lose viewers because of this. Lily raised an eyebrow at my statement before giving another chuckle. My, poor Rin must feel left out. It's not like that. Ah, but I'm sure it isn't. Emmy tends to be the life of whatever group she's in. It's a shame to hear she's fallen ill. Will she be okay? Somehow I get the feeling that Lily's just inquiring out of politeness, but I respond anyway. The nurse thinks so. I'm gonna swing by and see how she's doing after school myself. Another raised eyebrow. My, what a noble gentleman you are, sir. It's nothing really. Just checking up on my friend after all. Ah, so it's just friends, is it? How disappointing. I blush, glad that Lily can't see it. But somehow, she knows that I've been flustered by her comment anyway, and laughs. Sorry, Sao, I'm teasing you again. Please do tell Emmy that I hope she feels better, won't you? Glance at... Blech. I hate that I do that as well. I hate that I go bleh after every time I mispronounce something. What a terrible noise to make, but I like do it out of reflex and then realize it was a terrible idea to make that noise. A glance at my watch reveals that I'm very nearly out of time to find a book. Of course. I gotta find a book before lunch is over, so I'd better get moving. See you later. It's probably not the best phrase to use. Lily, however, takes my gaff in stride. Until we meet again, Asao. I never do find the book I was looking for, but I walk out with something else instead. My stomach growls slightly, letting me know that I should have had something for lunch. Oh well. Hey, he's like me! I'll grab something before I visit Emmy later. Although Hisao probably didn't eat Macca's at 3 AM, so you know. He's just like me post-wake up. It seems as if time has decided to slow down for the express purpose of annoying the hell out of me. Thus feels like it drags on for ages. I suspect that my being consumed with worry probably has something to do with it. Blessedly, the bell rings and I dash out of class, drawing a few raised eyebrows, I'm sure. The author of this route really likes to talk about raised eyebrows, huh? Spend the majority of the day fretting as unobtrusively as I could. Even though the nurse thinks that Emmy is perfectly okay, I want to see for myself. Doesn't take long to... Oh my god. Blech. I'm getting all this phlegm in my throat. Doesn't take long to get to the girls' dormitory and make my way to Emmy's room. Standing outside her door, I suddenly pause. What if she's resting? I'd hate to wake her up, especially if she's still feeling ill. Then again, if she sleeps all day, then it could throw off her sleeping schedule. Look. This is like... Where's the sun? There it is. There it is. Alright, we're all good. Just in case... We have the sensor. Alright, we're good. But rest is important if you're ill, isn't it? I can't decide what to do, so I settle for standing outside the door looking like an idiot. Then I hear Emmy's voice from behind the door. Thanks for your concern, but I really am okay. She's talking to me? See you at practice tomorrow. Guess not. Still, clearly she's not asleep, so I can knock without worry. So why this clenched feeling in my gut? I wasn't nervous when dropping. I wasn't nervous about dropping by the other day, so why today? Granted, I still haven't really had time to figure out this newfound interest in Emmy's well-being. I don't have a lot of experience in this matter, of course, but certainly this seems to go beyond feelings of mere friendship. But could I take that step? Could I even bring myself to risk what I have right now? Someone's gonna open the door to leave, and he's gonna be right there and look like an idiot. I mean, it's enough to be friends with her, isn't it? Either way, shouldn't I just open the door and see how she's doing? That's why I came here, right? What if she's not dressed yet? The image that flashes through my mind caused my heart to skip a beat, literally. I should probably not ever think those thoughts again, not if I want to avoid a heart attack. I suddenly realize that I'm still standing in the hallway looking like an idiot. Oh, okay, no, he does knock, interesting. Emmy still seems to be in the middle of a conversation, but I knock anyway, hopefully she won't mind the interruption. You worried too much. Come in, the door's unlocked. So it is. I open the door and step in, which is about where my thought process comes to a grinding halt. Okay, she's all dressed, it's fine. I thought it would be like when you go and see Rin when she's sick and she's like... got her shirt all undone. I mean, sitting up in bed, her hair tousled from the day spent asleep. I think this is the first time I've seen her without those familiar... bleh. Beads? What? Oh, right. Yeah. Her hair ties. Her gym shirt and bloomers, obviously hastily pulled on before I came in. Oh, put on before I came in. Okay, creased and folded from less than proper storage. Her legs lay bare on the sheets. I've never seen Emmy without prosthetics before, yet here she is, slender legs, terminating in stumps just before knees. Terminating? That seems like a weird word to use there. But as odd as the sight is, I find myself more captivated by everything north of the waist. Damn, Sal's not a leg guy this time. It seems that Emmy has finished her conversation with whoever was on the phone with her, and is now watching my reaction closely out of her one open eye, as she wipes sleep from the other. Her expression, far from being embarrassed, is rather one of a surprisingly wide yawn, or one perhaps appropriate for such a small mouth. What a weird comment to make. A grin that for a brief moment seems almost flirtatious tugs at the corner of her mouth as she takes the sight of me in. I can do nothing but remain in a state fluctuating between fear, confusion, and not a little bit of lust. Emmy hastily sweeps her hair out of her eyes, fixing it back into place before addressing me. You seem a bit caught off guard, Hasao. A wave of laughter erupts from her. I find myself grinning and rubbing the back of my head ruefully. Sorry, I've just never seen someone as so disheveled look so attractive. Hasao, what do you mean? This man doesn't spend enough time online. Come on, the like lazy, disheveled, just woke up attractive look? That's like... It's like super common. What are you talking about? Sleepy anime girls. It's all the rage, trust me. Never seen you without your legs on. Never seen you look so... sorry. Emmy giggles again and moves to sit up a little straighter. I'm caught up in the movements of her shirt, very nearly losing myself. Man's fucking on it. I was wondering what your reaction would be. Nurse called and told me you were gonna drop by. What? Oh, we're going to drop by, you see. And I know you haven't seen me, well, you know, without legs. Responded in a tone of casual surprise. Oh, you don't have them on? I didn't notice. What a terrible lie. This is almost the truth. I very nearly didn't. I'm not trying to be suave or anything, mind you. Somehow I think Emmy would get offended by that. Instead, she sticks her tongue out at me and chucks a pillow at my head. Ass. See? I definitely catch the pillow and take careful aim before throwing. Emmy laughs and rolls to one side, dodging my shot, and shifting on her shirt, distracting me enough. Oh, the shifting on her shirt distracted me enough so that the next thrown pillow hits me right between the eyes. Man can't stop looking. Oof. I retaliate, of course, and once I've retaliated twice, well, a war was bound to break out sooner or later. And really, when Emmy appears to have far better aim than me, well, it was just a matter of time before I'd have to resort to a suicidal charge. Gotcha. Eeh. Oh my god, what the hell? That has never been in the game before. Is this the only time those assets are used? What a weird choice. And once the charge was accomplished, well, of course I'd have to wrestle the pillow away from her. With that kind of struggle, of course we'd wind up in this sort of situation. Oh, hell yeah! So I found myself staring down at her from my position atop her. It's like a body pillow pose. She's grinning, eyes sparkling with amusement, maybe a little sweaty now from our tussle. Her chest is heaving up and down, sucking in air. A small bit of my brain that is not currently enraptured by the sight and the smell of her observes that she must still be ill, because her stamina is not what it should be. We stay this way for a while. I'm not sure how long, because everything seems to go fuzzy. Everything that isn't her, anyway. Her eyes meet mine, and deep inside them, I almost catch a glimpse of, what, fear? Longing? Hope? Despair? No. Emmy? A cough suddenly convulses her, and I'm almost stumbling in my haste to get off, to apologize for everything. I'm gonna give this man COVID. Sorry, I shouldn't have. It's fine, it's fine. She gives me a reassuring pat on the shoulder. So, what brings you here? Still breathing hard, and that causes her voice to shake slightly. Well, before I was so rudely assaulted by pillows, I came to see how you were doing. Wham! It sends me another shove, and I very nearly fall off her bed. Emmy's eyes sparkle again, and I wonder how I never noticed how attractive they are before. Consumed with worry, were you? Her tone is mocking, haughty, teasing. She throws her arm across her forehead and dramatically grins still apparent from underneath. Couldn't bear the thought of me laying deathly ill. Swift recover from our brief wrestling match, Emmy appears to fall back to teasing me. Well, I wouldn't say consumed with worry, but after you didn't show up this morning, like a total wuss. Emmy pouts, crossing her arms. Petulantly? What? And sticking out a lower lip out. What? This author has the same problem the fucking... Was it the Lily author has? It's not as bad as the was with the Lily author, but it's pretty bad still. It's not my fault. Nurse wouldn't allow it. Sure you wouldn't. I completely believe you. Emmy sticks her tongue out again. You're such a jerk, Asao. So how was your day then, eh? Did you enjoy slacking off? Not really. The phone woke me up pretty early on. The phone? Yeah, the captain of the team called to make sure I was doing okay. Also to let me know it was okay to skip practice. Good. At least she wasn't alone all day. Someone checked up on her. Though I can't help but think that it should have been me. Oh, that's good. Really keeps an eye on you, huh? Emi shrugs. It's his job. Part of being the captain means you know where your team members are when they're not in school. Still, I guess it was nice of him to call, huh? Yep, sure was. Emi yawns and shimmies down into a more comfortable position. He pulls out fucking... and then he also pulls out shimmies. What a weird writing style. Not even writing style, just weird word choices all around. So how was your day? Kind of uneventful, you know. Went ahead and ran by myself and talked with the nurse about how you were doing. I meander through the day's events, none of which are particularly engrossing. That's when I'm distracted by an arm finding its way across my waist. Seems that Emi fell asleep while I was talking, so I draw her blanket to cover her. She rolled over onto her side, now one leg is thrown over my legs, effectively trapping me. Hey. Seems a shame to wake her, but I have things to do. I gently shake her, but in response, she only tightens her arms grip on me and sighs a little. My resistance to this position crumbles rather quickly. The feeling of her body breathing steadily is both calming and incredibly stimulating at the same time. My breathing cannot decide if it wants to relax or speed up. Relaxation wins, and I find myself putting an arm around Emi. I think I'm in love. The words slip out and hang in the air, unnoticed. At least I hope they've gone unnoticed. I don't know, man. This is anime inspired, so she probably heard it anyway, because that happens all the fucking time in anime. Especially with love confessions to someone who's sick. Emi whimpers weakly through her dream, and her grip suddenly tightens again. For the first time since I've known her, I see tears running down Emi's face. Feels like my... Oh no, she's probably dreaming then if she's crying. Probably remembering, I don't know, the car crash or something. Feels like my heart is about to break. I instinctively tighten my own grip and stroke her hair in what I hope is a soothing manner. Words of comfort, meaningless in this situation, spring to mind. Maybe I should wake her. Are you supposed to wake people having nightmares? I can't for the life of me remember. The decision is taken away from me as Emi suddenly jerks awake with a cry. Dad! This is more than I think I want to hear without her knowing. I quickly sit upright and gently shake her shoulder to stir her. Hey, you okay? What a silly question. Huh? What? Sao? Shakes her head as if to clear it and quickly wipes her eyes. You had a nightmare, I think. Emi shudders again and glances up at me, a little cautiously, as if unsure whether or not she's actually up. Yeah, I guess so. You want to talk about it? A speedy internal debate seems to be going on in her head, which resolves itself with a shrug. No, I don't really remember much of it. Something about pirates. I'm pretty sure she's lying to me, but somehow I don't think I should press the issue. Emi shudders again and turns towards me, looking a little sheepish. Sorry if I falling asleep on you like that. I keep my voice as soothing as I can. Hey, don't worry about it. You've been ill. Yeah, I guess that cold medicine's just made me a little drowsy. I guess so. Emi does not strike me as the first sort of person who'd fall asleep at the drop of a hat. Rin maybe, but Emi's far too energetic. Genki desu. Emi gives a half smile at my response, and then just like that, she's back to her old self. Well, prepare yourself for tomorrow morning, Sao. I'll have to go twice as hard to make up for today. But I went running this morning. No excuse. Oh, fine, I'll be ready for you. Emi nods, satisfied. Good. Take this as my cue to exit. Well, I'd better get going, especially if I want to get enough sleep for tomorrow. I hop off the bed and head for the door. Hey, Sao? I pivot neatly on my heel and face Emi. She opens her mouth to say something, and then in another first, I see her falter slightly. She closes her mouth and opens it again. Thanks. For dropping by, I mean. You're kind of the first visitor I've ever had who wasn't Rin. Now that's surprising. I'd have figured that Emi'd have people dropping by all the time. She's certainly popular enough, or so I thought, or was talking to people in the hallways. Emi hesitates again. And thanks for staying around after I... well... Look of pain flits across her face. You know. It helped. She brightens back up and waves cheerily at me. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you later. I'm just about to exit the door when something makes me turn around again. Hey, Emi? Anytime you need to talk, let me know, okay? Emmy seems taken aback by this offer. The grin gets even wider. Sure thing, sir. See you in the morning. I exit Emmy's room with my head in a whirl. Should I have even left? No, you should have right. Was she really okay? I want to turn around and march back down the hallway, open the door and tell her. Tell her I love her, tell her I think she's beautiful, tell her that I'll be there when she needs me. I want to stay with her, to hold her close as she falls back to sleep. How many nights has she woken up like this? Only to find that nobody's there. I want to be that person she can be with when that happens. It's a silly thought, I know. We don't know each other that well, do we? The whole idea, while exhilarating, also makes me feel worry. Worry perhaps that I'd overstepped my bounds. And now to add to my troubles, it seems as if Emmy herself already has an interest in someone else. This track captain of hers who seems so interested in her well-being. True, I've only seen the two of them together a few times, but that doesn't change the fact that they seem better suited to one another. There's really nothing to be done about that. I need to take my mind off this whole situation. I've got homework to do. Maybe this will distract me. Bro, you were fucking on top of her in her bed and she didn't instantly push you off. Like, come on, man. A night of restlessness has left me feeling fairly groggy this morning. The events of the previous day keep intruding upon my mind. The memory of how Emmy felt against me. The memory of our wrestling match. And most bothersome, the memory of our nightmare. She was in so much pain. I can't stop wondering what it must be like for her to wake up with nobody there. Oh shit, we're gonna see naked Kenji? The shower shakes me awake with hot water. Awake but still worried. What'll happen today? Will things just go back to normal? End of the episode, back to the status quo? There was a connection yesterday, something that nearly pushed us past the boundaries of normal friendship. Would that have been so bad? My mind goes back to the look on Emmy's eyes after our pillow fight. It almost seemed like she was daring me to go on. Almost. But I can't know for sure. Anyway, the trap captain's probably first in her affections. But even as I say that, my mind is already snorting derisively? Is that what that is? I'm just looking for an excuse. A reason for everything to go wrong. A reason to not try. It's not as if I've ever seen the two of them together outside of track practice, and clearly he's never visited, and he said as much herself. If they were close, surely he'd visit. Such a wuss. Now to just go for it anyway. Damn the consequences. That's what Emmy would do, I think. Hell, I know that's what she'd do. Which is particularly why I'm convinced there's no interest to her, and she hasn't acted either. Maybe because of this track captain, it's possible she's got a bit of an unrequited crush thing going on. But who would be able to clarify their relationship? I'm sure as hell can't be Emmy. She'd probably just laugh and ask why I wanted to know. And I'm not ready to answer that yet. Rin would probably just give me some cryptic answer or something. And then with my luck, she'd just ask Emmy, who would ask me why I wanted to know, and I've already covered that problem. I wonder. Could I get away with asking the nurse? He seems pretty protective of Emmy. I'm sure he'd know if something was up. And he owes me for not letting Emmy know he forgot to tell me about her being ill. So he'll keep quiet. He'll keep quiet. I'll make sure of it. What if he asks me why I want to know, though? I can't shake him off. I can shake him off. Just say I'm curious as a friend. He'll buy that, won't he? Of course. Bro, the nurse has been, like, so much of a tease about you and Emmy. He's not gonna fucking buy that. That's settled then. After the run, I'll talk to him while Emmy's waiting outside the office. There's no sign of Emmy when I arrive at the track. Is she still too ill? I decided to give her 10 minutes. I'm a little early, and she was ill yesterday, so if she takes a while to show up, it shouldn't be surprising. Still, I'd hate to just waste my time, so I occupied myself by stretching and pacing back and forth anxiously. What if I went too far yesterday? What if she doesn't come because she's embarrassed? What if... Really, again, Sal? I'm impressed. Just like that, I feel some of the tension leaving my body. Emmy seems to be bright and cheerful as usual, with no sign that she even was ill the other day, much less had a less than restful sleep. Still, I have to ask, sleep well last night? It's just a throwaway question, small talk, sort of thing people ask someone they bump into in a cafe while getting their morning coffee. But not for us, at least not for me. I don't know if Emmy realizes that I'm actually concerned about how well she slept last night, but the question does give her pause. After a short moment of what seems like her genuinely pondering this, she nods. Yep, sure did. Was it because of me? Did I actually help? Or are you just saying that to get me to stop asking questions? That feels like a saying it to stop make you asking questions. You don't pause and then go, yep, yep, sure did, just normal. You don't pause just to give a yes. Good to hear. Emmy grins and begins warming up. At least not in this situation. So ready to begin? Pfft, am I ready? Of course I'm ready. I was born ready. Emmy laughs at my bravado, and we take off running. You may have been born ready, Hisao, but then your heart gave out, so... Not anymore. I keep a steady pace the whole time, breathing steadily. I still feel dead at the end, but at least I don't gasp like a fish out of water now. Emmy is positively beaming after the run today. Nice job, Hisao. You're improving. You'll be half as fast as me in no time. The last line is delivered with a teasing grin that I've grown all too used to. Oh, how exciting. Emmy begins to run her sprints while I take a cool-down lap. She's really pushing herself today. By the time I'm done with my lap, she's laying across one of the bleachers, looking exhausted. Goodness, not pushing it a little too much today, are you? You did just have a cold, you recall. Emmy gives an annoyed snort and sits up. Bah! Just trying to make up for lost time, that's all. Went twice as hard today, you know? Good run always gets the kinks out, you know? Clears the mind, too. Oh? Emmy nods vigorously. Yep, it's a great outlet for that sort of thing. She does not explain further, and I don't ask. I suspect I know the real reason she went so hard today. Being sick had nothing to do with it. Something's bothering her. Maybe the nightmare, maybe something else. But it's not my place to pry. She'd tell me if she wanted me to know. I'm sure that comes in handy. You have no idea. The sincerity in her voice confirms my suspicions. The only problem is, even though I know she'd tell me if she wanted me to know, I still want to know. Something on your mind then? Emmy doesn't seem surprised by my question. Instead, she shrugs. Nah, it's nothing worth getting worried about. Seems as if she's trying to convince herself as much as she's convincing me. I'm my mouth to ask if yesterday is responsible for her current state of mind, but think better of it. Too much risk of her taking the question the wrong way. Yeah, probably best not to pry in there at the moment. Besides, I'm not even sure myself what to think about yesterday. Really, I can only get about as far as how it felt to have Emmy sleeping next to me before my brain shuts down. Having her before me now, covered in sweat and looking wryly at me, she's making it difficult to think. Yeah, I hear ya. We'd better hurry to see the nurse. We're running short on time. Aren't we always? Emmy laughs at this, a dry chuckle that seems most un-Emmy-like. Too true. For a brief moment, she looks old, worn down by some old hurt. Just like yesterday, I can almost see her shouldering the burden and straightening up slightly. And then she's back up to being Emmy again. Come on then, Hisao, race ya. With a sudden smile, she darts off. Hey, no fair. Take off after her, knowing I won't catch her, but not caring. Even if there's no chance of catching her, I'll still run after her. Emmy's waiting for me at the door as I arrive. Well, look who's finally shown up. Yeah. Enjoy your victory while you can. Emmy grins. The nurse pokes his head out of the door. Well, there you are. Come on in, Hisao. What has become a familiar routine by now? He checks my blood pressure and my heart rate. A bit fast today, isn't it? Yeah, I kind of raced Emmy here. The nurse laughs. That's never a good idea. Wait, that's never a good idea? Leans in to whisper to me in a conspiratory manner. I don't know if you've heard, but Emmy's a bit of a track star. I reeled back in mock surprise. Really? She had never mentioned it before. Two of us share a laugh. Did you do okay today? Cold seemed to bother her. Why don't you ask her? Rolls his eyes in exacerbation. Of course I'm gonna ask her too, but she told me that she didn't have any problems, regardless of whether or not she did. So I'm asking you, because you're a friend, and would probably tell me if she had trouble today. When he puts it that way, it makes a lot more sense. She seemed pretty good today, if a little more tired than usual. She was already feeling better when I dropped by yesterday, so I'm not that surprised. The nurse nods, though I notice he tenses slightly when I mention yesterday's visit. Well, that's good to hear. I figured it was just a 24-hour thing, and he tends to recover quickly from colds and the like. I feel like most colds are 24-hour things, though, you know, you get it, you rest, you're good tomorrow. Hey, speaking of Emmy, is she and the track captain, well, you know. A look of suspicion crosses his face. Why do you ask? Well, it's just that they seem kind of close, and I was just curious, you know? And I'd never ask her, because that would be kind of embarrassing. So far so good. Now to really sell it. Besides, I think they'd make a cute couple. The nurse laughs. Well, I don't suppose you're the first to think that, but I think I can say with some certainty that the two of them would never do anything like that. Certainty? Yep. Not that I could tell you, of course. Confidentiality and all that. Ah, because she's admitted she likes to say how to him. Yeah, right. You just like holding a secret over my head. That too. Alright, get out of here. I'm a busy man, you know. I roll my eyes at his last statement and head out the door, motioning for Emmy to go in. The whole time I'm trying to keep, what? Oh, the whole time I'm trying to keep from doing a celebratory dance. The two of them will never do anything like that. That's precisely the sort of thing I wanted to hear. I'm half tempted to make some sort of move on Emmy right now, but I think the nurse would probably disapprove. Besides, I still don't know exactly how Emmy feels about me. This is like how I felt when my friend told me that a girl I like had asked him, does Jay have a girlfriend? It's funny, he messaged me, he's like, hey, how do you feel about whoever? And I was like, in what way? And then he's like, do you like her? And I'm like, oh, I guess I've thought about it before. And then he's like, oh, well, she just asked me if you have a girlfriend. And I was like, let's go. I mean, it's obvious that she cares about me as a friend, but something more than that, I can't be certain. Even so, I can't help but feel hopeful. I just need to figure out a good time to tell Amy exactly how I feel. That puzzle should keep me occupied for the rest of the day at least. The rooftop is completely deserted. Normally I could count on Rin to be up here before me, but she's strangely absent. Wonder if she decided to accompany Amy to the cafeteria for... Oh my god. Hang on, I need it. Okay, I'm good. That was weird. I got something caught in my throat. Wonder if she decided to accompany him into the cafeteria for once. Seems pretty unlikely, but it's all I can think of right now. Part of me wants to go look for Rin, but a far larger part of me is too pleased with the way the sun feels on my skin to care. Pick idly at my lunch while I wait for Emmy and Rin to show up. It does not take long for me to hear the sound of someone coming up the stairs. I wait until the door begins to open before talking. Took you long enough. Keeping me waiting for you, honestly. The two of you are... Huh? Well, that's odd. The person standing in the doorway is Emmy, who looks mildly confused. What do you mean, huh? It's me, you know, Emmy. We run in the mornings. She grins and I feel my heart jump slightly in my chest at the sight. Yes, I know that. I'm just confused. Where's Rin? Emmy's grin is replaced by a rather guilty-looking expression. Yeah, about that. I kinda, sorta... gave him a code. Oh dear. Am I at risk too? It makes sense after all. Emmy and I were in close contact the other day. So what did she and Rin do that got her ill? Steady on, old lad. Don't go down that road. Rin's just probably got a worse immune system than me. Emmy seems shocked by my comment, like she hasn't considered that before. I hope not. I feel terrible if you get ill because of me, Hasao. Oh man, I think I feel the fever coming on. Emmy looks horrified and then quickly shifts into a more angry expression. Hasao! You stop getting sick this instant. I won't have it. Impulsively, she seizes me by the collar. You listening to me? Hasao's immune system? Get your ass in gear. I give a smart salute. Duly noted, ma'am. Emmy steps back and nods, satisfied. Good. You're not allowed to miss any of our morning runs, after all. But you missed a morning run. Emmy crosses her arms and looks at me haughtily. Yes, but that's a special case. It was me and not you. And that's not an explanation at all. That's not an explanation at all. Emmy looks flabbergasted. You're kidding, right? The explanation makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. It's a blatant double standard. I don't see what this has to do with anything. Oh, fine. Emmy seems pleased by her victory. Anyway, is Rin gonna be okay? She's not terribly ill, right? Emi shakes her head. Nope, she'll be fine. I got her some cold medicine, that should help her. Though I probably should have made sure she didn't try to take them all at once. She's done it before, you know. Somehow, I don't find this all that surprising. I doubt runners want to pay attention to maximum dosages and such. Should probably check in on her later then, just to make sure. Emi shrugs. I'll stop by after practice. She'll be fine until then. I nod, figuring that line of conversation is over. The only problem is, I don't know what else to talk about. So, you get any more track mates coming up? This is a terribly roundabout way of trying to see if she's free on the weekend. If she's free, then maybe I can ask her on a date or something. Well, assuming I can get myself to actually form the words. Emi shakes her head. Nah, not for another couple weeks, I think. This season's winding down. Oh yeah, I came in right in the middle of things, didn't I? So how many exams are coming up soon? I should probably look into that. What do you do on weekends if there's not a meet? An eyebrow goes up and Emi gets a teasing look on her face. You're awfully inquisitive today, aren't you? I shrug and hope it looks casual. Just making conversation. I know what it's like to be a track star after all. Pfft, flattery. She waves her hand idly. It's not actually that good, you know. You just so happen to see me on a good day, so. You liar. Yeah, but humility is a sign of a good athlete. At least that's what my dad used to say. Shrugs and tries unsuccessfully to hide the rather troubled expression her face has taken on. Hey, what? Oh. Hey, what's up? You seem bullied by something. Emi starts to deny it, then sighs in defeat. Wonder if she's too tired from being sick to get herself to deny it like usual. Or if she actually just trusts me enough at this point to open up. Well, you remember last night? Do I ever? I settle for nothing, however. That's not the first time that's happened to me. Actually, I get them kind of... She pauses, as if it suddenly occurred to her what she's doing. It's almost like she's breaking some sort of personal rule here. But she's... I need a drink. But she starts up again, choosing her words carefully. Well, not often, but on occasion. It's just been one of those weeks where that's what happens. A sigh escapes her, and she looks terribly frustrated. I reach over and give her a hug, which unlike last time, it doesn't seem to shock her. Instead, she seems to relax as my arms wrap around her. She stayed that way for a while. Hey, you know I was serious last night. You really can't talk to me if stuff like this is bothering you. It's always difficult to do that sort of thing solo, you know. Emi smiles and breaks the embrace. Ooh. But stays leaning on my shoulder. Thanks, Sasao. I'll be fine, I think. I can already see her reassembling herself, getting ready to bottle it all up again. Guess that topic's closed now. So hey, given any more thought to that career survey? Can't say I have. I don't tend to plan very far ahead, you know. Though I suppose I could at least start looking into college, huh? I shrug. I suppose, unless you were serious about that pirate thing. Last I checked, pirates didn't have much need for universities. Unless there's like a pirate university out there somewhere. Don't think so, but there is a pirate party, which is a real political party in Australia. Emi giggles and starts to look a little like her old self, but there's a new element to her expression. Impish, that's how I'd describe it. Emi looks impish, looking up at me with her head nestled into my shoulder. Would you kill me if I ran off to be a pirate? Of course I would. Who in their right mind would pass up the opportunity to be pirates with you? Well, when you put it that way, I'm not sure. She giggles again. And as that my heart seems to have sped up, it's probably due to Emi's proximity to me. That hint of strawberries, again. I can't help but grin as I gaze down at her. She's happy again. Hey, Asao? If you're gonna kiss me, you should probably do it soon. I think the lunch bell is about to ring. Oh, shit! My thoughts grind to a sudden halt. I'm pretty sure my mouth is hanging open in shock. All I can manage is a strangled, huh? This amuses Emi even more. You were thinking about it, weren't you? She sits up, bringing her face level with mine. I'd probably enjoy it, you know? You're really... well... She briefly composes herself, looking like she's about to say something important. If you hadn't figured it out by now, I think I've developed a bit of a crush on you. Scene cut to them pirating music through LimeWire? Oh, hell yeah. You're gonna have to do something about that. This time, her grin short-circuits several important... short-circuits several important thought processes. At some point, I turn towards her, and at another point, her arms move to around my neck. At yet another, my arms wrap around her waist. I'll be damned if I could tell precisely when that happened. Because at the moment, there's only a voice in the back of my head yelling at me to kiss her. Look at Amy's eyes. There it is. The thing I saw yesterday on the bed. It's there again. Suddenly it strikes me that she's worried that I'll reject her. What a silly worry for her to have. This music's like Sal's brain, awooga. The music started out as like ominous, but now it's like becoming more calm because of the piano. Her lips taste faintly of strawberries. She leans into the kiss, and her arms tighten around the back of my head, making sure that I don't pull away. Not that there was any danger of that. There's a churning feeling in my gut. The world falls away. There's just me and her, this bench. My arms tighten, drawing her waist closer, entranced by the feel of her. I inhale her scent, my mind trying desperately to memorize everything about how she tastes, how she smells, how she feels. The ringing of the bell snaps us both back to reality, and we break the kiss. Emmy's cheeks are slightly flushed, and she seems to be catching her breath. In her defense, so am I. We stand there for a few moments, trying to wrap our hands around what we've just done. Emmy is the first to break the silence. So? Wanna grab dinner after I'm done with practice? What a coincidence. I was about to ask you the same thing. Actually, I suppose that was going to be some kind of proper date on the weekend or something, but the truth was there, I think. Emmy gives me a playful shove. Yeah, right. You're still in shock from how incredibly awesome I am at kissing. We begin to head down the stairs, back to our respective classrooms. Hey, I don't see you talking immediately afterwards either. That I didn't. So you have to practice, Sal. She leans in quickly and gives me a quick kiss in the middle of the hallway, sending me into another brief state of mental freefall. As I head into the classroom, a giggling Misha greets me. Why, Hick-chan, you're romantic, you. Did you confess on the rooftop? Did you? Actually, I think it was the other way around. It sends Misha into a fresh fit of laughter. Young love is so unpredictable, isn't it? This being Misha, I suppose I should have expected her to tease me over this. I guess. Before I can really respond, Muto entered the room and Misha skips off to her seat, giggling all the way. I suspect that I'll get a lot of that sort of conversation now, especially seeing as how Emmy kissed me right in the middle of the hall. But somehow, I don't care about that. For the first time since arriving here, my heart feels light. Act 3, Perspective. Oh. Alright. 1 hour to get to Act 3, that was pretty good pace. Pretty good pace, gold split, let's go. World record place. No. There actually is Katawa Shoujo speedrunning. It's very strange. Sega is gaslighting me. Sudden English. You mentioned sudden English. You do that sometimes, though. Sometimes you just tweet in English. My head's in a spin. Sorry, everyone. I went and consulted Twitter for a second. I don't even know why. I just kind of did. My head's in a spin all through Muto's class. I'm going to have dinner with Emmy. Wants to be my girlfriend, no less. Oh, wait. That's something I wanted to... Give me a sec. I gotta jot something down. Sorry, I just remembered something I had to, that I was meant to jot down earlier, so I did it then. Who wants to be my girlfriend, no less? A date. And then she kissed me. That kiss, I keep going back to it, playing it over in my mind again and again. Everything about that moment felt so right. My mind drifts off, lost in thoughts of Emmy. Guy, hello? Seems like I've drifted a bit too far. Huh? What? Nani? Yeah, you've contracted some kind of amnesia? Someone get the nurse. Class chuckles at Muto's antics. Sorry, sir. Wouldn't happen again and all that, right? Exactly. Muto brightens considerably. Oh, lovely to hear. I'd hate to have my star pupil slacking off after all. I've been doing well, but I hardly qualify as a star pupil, I think. Whoa! I'm fairly certain that this class is the sort that everyone does well in. It's just memorizing formulas. True to my word, I managed to pay attention for the rest of the class. Nikai, may I have a word with you? Wonder if I'm in trouble for earlier. Sure. Am I in trouble? Until looks genuinely confused for a moment. Beg your pardon? Turns his head to one side and thinks for a moment. Oh, that? No, you're not in any sort of trouble. That's just a question I want to ask you. What's that? Nothing terrible. I was just wondering what your plans for after graduating are. Are you going to university? Yeah, I guess. Can't really see a reason not to go. Given any thought to what you'll study? Not really, no. I figure I'll come up with something when I get there. That is a terrible idea. Minto laughs. Taking things as they come, eh? I'd argue against it, but that's how I did things when I went to university. Well, not really. I knew I had to go into a science, I just wasn't sure which one. Ended up with physics, but could just as well have gone with astronomy or what have you. Astronomy! Best science! Actually, I did go for chemistry first, but there were all sorts of things. Minto trails off and frowns slightly. It takes a minute for him to recover his train of thought, and I wait patiently for him to continue. So anyway, I did a lot of physics as well, because I had an interest in that, but I wasn't sure if it was for me. So I went back to chemistry, and here we are, yes? Smells at me enthusiastically, as if waiting for me to confirm that yes, here is where we are. So I get the feeling that Muto had a plan for this conversation, but I'll be damned if I can figure it out. Sorry, I'm not following you. Muto frowns and rubs his chin a bit, looking perplexed. He then slaps his fingers, as if he's remembered what the point of... Oh, I said slap. Slaps his fingers. No, snaps his fingers. So he remember what the point of all this was. Right, yes, you. Me? Yes, you should look into studying one of these sciences. You're fantastic at it. Unless you'd rather just go into math. Which makes a sour face. Not a big fan of straight math. I always like the experiments more than the proofs. saying I should study science at university? It just seems friends off balance by my question. Well, sort of. You could also join the science club. Trouble is, there's not actually a science club. But there could be. You could even be a charter member. A founding father. Of course you need to find other members. Well, only if you wanted to. We could just start it up with the two of us. And, I could give you things to read, and we could talk about them. And I could help you get ready for university and such as well. Wait. Mitchell rummages around in his briefcase and tosses me a book. Read that. If it's interesting, then we can talk about it. A Brief History of Time. I don't know if I actually want to read this, but Mitchell seems pretty excited about it. What's it about? Time, space, space-time, black holes and stuff. Yo! I'd read that. And it's not that dense, just to see if that sort of thing's interesting for you. You understand? Hang around after class and we can either discuss it, or I can show you how to make explosives in the lab. I don't know if that's very responsible. He waves a hand at my quizzical expression. Joking, sorry. Joking. Unless you want to. Unless you want to overthrow the government, joking, of course. Yeah, unless you want. Still, I've kept you here long enough now. Thinking about science as a career path, Nakai, I think you'd enjoy it. Okay, I will. Thank you for the book. Leave the classroom and look up at the clock. Quite a chunk of time to kill until Amy's out of practice. So give this book a look. I should probably shower as well. Showering before a date's only proper, right? Head back to the dorms. I think showering before you go out at all is proper. This is out. Usually. Wonder where I'm supposed to meet Emmy anyway. She said after practice, but she didn't say where I should find her. I can just swing by the track. That's probably best anyway. If she needs a shower, I can just wait for her in her room or something. Or in the hallway, I guess. That would be better as well. Take a quick shower, remembering to take my medications once I hop out. And after I look at this book. Again with the slight implication... No, this... it's probably fine. Awake with a start. Shit, what time is it? A glance at the clock reveals that I've been asleep for nearly an hour. Thank goodness. Amy's practice should be finishing up soon. I throw on some casual clothes and head for the track. Somehow I get the feeling we won't be doing anything fancy for dinner. Amy doesn't strike me as a very fancy sort of person. Still, I suppose there's a lot I have yet to know about Amy. Despite our newfound closeness, I still feel like I don't know her as well as I should. Oh well, I have lots of time to fix that. To be honest, I'm looking forward to getting to know her more. I'm so caught up in my own thoughts that I hardly register that I'm already at the track. Amy is nowhere to be found. I don't even see any sign of the track team. This could be embarrassing. Turn head toward the girls' dormitory when I hear a shout. Hey, it's Al! Turn around to see Emmy making a beeline for me with a gym bag slung over her shoulder. She's changed into some decidedly more casual clothing, a pair of shorts, and an olive green top. Her running blades have been replaced by more realistic-looking legs that probably wouldn't fool anyone. Emmy doesn't seem to care about that, a fact which makes me smile. Hey, you came! I mean, I figured you would, but still. I love this. I love this sprite. Fucking smug smile, hands on hips, eyes closed. Good shit. Suddenly find myself wrapped in a rather affectionate hug, and it proves to be impossible for me to keep what must be the world's largest grin off my face. Well, of course I came. It'd be crazy not to, right? And he ponders for a moment. You know, that's true. I mean, I'm pretty amazing after all. Shrugging response. I certainly think so. It's not found a remark, which is why I'm surprised to see that it seems to have caught Emmy by surprise. She blushes and smiles warmly at me before planting a kiss on my lips. Now it's my turn to be surprised. My god, I'm all over the place. Emmy steps back, resting her weight on her back heel, looking pleased with herself. Rain fumbles for an appropriate response. I should compliment you more often. Emmy laughs and gives me a playful shove. Check. Throw my arm around Emmy's shoulder, and I'm pleased when she immediately leans into me, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. So, where to? Not actually sure. Where do people go on dates around here anyway? That's a damned good question. I got no idea. Why don't we just head down to the Eira Mart and grab something portable? Emmy's face brightens at the idea. Picnic! I think you're onto something, Hisao. Emmy shakes her Oh, snakes her arm around my waist and we begin to head for the front gate. Front gate? Jesus Christ. Also, my arse is starting to hurt. Hang on. Let me grab a pillow to sit on. Oh, there we go. Holy shit, this is so much more comfortable. I'm entirely unsure. Oh my god, my voice is giving out. Drink. It's like hot but not hot. It's like a really awkward in between where like if I do something to make it cooler, it'll be too cold, but and then it's too cold, so then you stop doing that thing, but then it's like, well, now it's too hot. I'm entirely unsure of what I'm meant to do in this situation, but at least Emmy seems to be equally clueless. Despite the relaxing feeling of being with Emmy, I still can't help feeling a little tense. What if I do something wrong? I'd hate to make an ass out of myself. The trip to the Orma is accompanied by Emmy's chatter about how practice went. I keep quiet for the most part, merely enjoying the warmth of being around Emmy. I get a few odd looks from passerbys, but I don't mind. We end up buying some bread and instant noodles, realizing too late that we cannot actually cook the latter in the park. Oh well, I'll make it for lunch or something. Oh man, that reminds me when I went to my girlfriend went to the Phillip Islands and we were camping, and I forgot like freaking everything that would be useful. We went to the we went to a store to get stuff, and honestly we should have just got instant noodles. But instead I was like, oh yeah, I'll grab bread, grab like Vegemite, and grab butter and whatever. And I was thinking we'd just make like Vegemite toast the next day. Because there was like there was a toaster at the kitchen in the campground. And so I'm thinking it'll be fine. And then I forgot I didn't bring a fucking knife. So, so we just had bread, Vegemite, and butter, nothing to spread it with. And it was just like, I see. We should have. I almost considered getting instant noodles, which would have been better because they had like ones that are already in the cups. Because they have a kettle at the camp kitchen as well, so that would have just been easy. And they usually come with a plastic fork or something anyway. But no, I went with the bread, and it was a terrible mistake because I didn't bring any cutlery. That's the real mistake, not bringing any cutlery when camping like a goddamn idiot. Oh well, I'll make it for lunch or something. That'll work. The park is located after a brief loss of direction that I blame entirely on Emmy. She, of course, blames me. Find a spot beneath a tree and sit down. I lean back against the trunk. Emmy sits across from me. Guess we should have brought a blanket or something to sit on, huh? Emmy shrugs. I don't mind. Neither do I. Emmy tosses me a package of bread and we dig in. Curry bread. Interesting. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to what I grabbed in the store. Hey sir, you look like your bread's a little spicy. I shake my head, trying in vain to keep an image of manliness. Nah, it's hardly spicy at all. I see. That must be why your face has gotten so red. Yeah, exactly. The lack of spice has gotten my blood up. because of the disappointment. Emmy laughs and swallows the last of her bread. Well, if you can't handle it, I'll be glad to take it off your hands. Hey, just because you wolf down yours so quickly doesn't mean I'm just gonna give you mine. Emmy mock pouts, causing me to nearly choke on my bread with laughter. Oh, come on, Asao. Aren't you supposed to be concerned with making sure I've got enough to eat now? We're dating, you know. Though, Emmy looks troubled all of a sudden. I can't say I feel any different. What do you mean by that? What makes this a date? It's just what we would have done anyway, really. This should feel different, because before, when we had lunch, we were friends, but now we're a level above friends. You sound like Ren. Laughter escapes and Emmy grins. No, she might have put that thought into my mind. I talked about this sort of thing before. Really? About me? Not really, just stuff, really. Ren thinks that the change of a label from friend to girlfriend seems arbitrary most of the time. Like there's no difference between the two. I can think of at least one, you know. You don't tend to kiss your friends quite as much. Second time today, Emmy blushes slightly and giggles. Suppose you're right. Exactly. I was right about things like this. Emmy rolls her eyes and chuckles. Guess you're pretty smart, huh? And not in agreement. Yep. Even Muto thinks so. He thinks I should go into some scientific study after graduation. Emmy raised an eyebrow. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm thinking I actually might do just that. Really, the more I consider the idea, the more it appeals to me. Make a mental note to look into it a little more closely. So what are you thinking of doing after graduation? Still planning on running? Emmy shrugs, seeming almost a bit hesitant. I don't know. If I'm good enough, I can find a team, I guess. You mean you aren't sure? I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. Really? You probably should, you know. Graduation isn't that far off. Emmy fidgets a little nervously. Yeah, well, it's far enough, right? Besides, I've got other things to think about. There's a mischievous flash behind Emmy's eyes, and I suddenly find myself gloriously pinned against the tree. Like making sure there's a real date, right? I mean, if we don't kiss, then it's not a date at all, right? I suppose strawberries and curry. Not the best combination, but I don't think I mind. What do you... There... Isn't strawberry curry like a thing? Yeah, see? Totally is. Emmy sits back on my legs and grins again. Yeah, science would approve, right? I have the oddest mental image of Muto nodding seriously and making a mark on some checklist. Science would approve. Has science gone too far? I can't help laughing at the idea. Well, I'll admit this is the first time I've ever witnessed a kiss being met with laughter. Should I feel offended? No. I'm sure science approves. Emmy beams at me, and I find it increasingly difficult to keep my brain functioning properly. Oh, good. It is at this point I notice that Emmy has stolen the remainder of my curry bread while I was otherwise occupied with images of teachers wielding clipboards. Hey! Emmy tries to look innocent, but considering she just crammed the last bits of my bread into her mouth, it does not appear to be working. For couldn't resist. Thief. Shrug from my companion is all I get in response. Use your feminine wiles on me. I wasn't that hungry anyway, but I still feel that point needs to be made. Kenji was right! Kenji was right! Emmy seems confused by the phrase feminine wiles, but the understanding dawns on her features after a moment's thought. It wasn't anything of the sort. You were laughing. Feminine wiles don't involve laughing. I guess I can't argue with that. It doesn't change your thievery. Emmy laughs at my injured tone and gives me a playful shove. Fine, you can have the instant noodles. Are you kidding? That stuff's terrible. If anything, you should definitely eat it as punishment. Another laugh from the girl sitting on my legs. Both of which have fallen asleep by now. What the hell? That was a weird way to animate that. I twitch on leg to try waking it up, which has the unintended effect of unbalancing Emmy, who falls on the side with a startled eep. Oops, sorry about that. Looks fell asleep on me. Emmy remains on the ground, giggling. Stand up a little sneakily, feeling the nose of my legs return to normal. My eyes wander over the scenery before fixing on the figure of Emmy, who has yet to get up. Hey, it's that CG that I've actually already seen before, because someone uses it in their video of Katawa Shoujo music that I use before that I use before a stream. At least if the starting part is Katawa Shoujo and not Muse Dash like it was today. Her hair is splayed out around her head, her arms are spread, and laughter is bubbling up through her mouth. Everything about Emmy seems condensed into this one image. Her energy, her spirit, her childish giggling. The urge to lay down on the grass... The urge to lay down on the grass with her rises swiftly from the back of my mind to the forefront of my thoughts. And indeed I am convinced that I would love nothing more than to do just that. Unfortunately, the sun has set, and it is probably time for us to get back to the dormitories. While Emmy may be happy to stay out here all night, I don't think I have that ability. Besides, homework soon beckons. It wouldn't make sense to start thinking about things like university and then slack off, would it? Extend a hand to Emmy to help her up. We should probably get going. Emmy makes a sour face. You're right. She grabs my... What? Proffered it? Is that meant to be offered or is that a word? What? Proffered. Hold out or put forward someone to someone for acceptance. Just say offered. What if... No, that's not on me. Again with this stuff, this like, how are these people writers? I don't get it. How can you... they clearly didn't... I hate people who write like this. I hate people who write like this. It's literally bad writing to use obscure words like this. It's the worst. This time I'm the one who is unable to resist having Emmy against me. Seems a shame to leave, you know? Yeah, it does. If we don't get back to the school soon, we'll probably get in trouble. Emmy pokes me in the ribs playfully. You need to do your homework, I'm sure. Sadly, you're absolutely right. From my arm around her shoulders, and we make the trek back to the school, accompanied by occasional bouts of laughter as our conversation jumps from subject to subject. Oops. Everything from running to school to the peculiar way that one of the cafeteria workers smells. Whoa. All too soon we find ourselves outside of the girls' dormitory building. Well, I guess I'll be going then. I guess so, huh? Emmy grins at me again with that mischievous look. Aren't you gonna be able to survive? Oh, are you gonna be able to survive without me? I laugh. I'm sure I'll manage. Terrible. Aren't you supposed to say something like, I'll be counting the seconds you are away? Nah, I don't think so. Oh. God damn it, I keep accidentally right-clicking. Emmy pulls me down into a quick goodbye kiss and steps back, looking unexpectedly shy. Thanks for dinner. Really had fun. Honestly, I did. So did I. I think we shall have to do it again sometime. Emmy laughs at my deadpan delivery and nods. See you bright and early tomorrow morning, right? You gotta run off that bread after all. Of course, despite the fact that you ate most of it. Yes, despite that. See you later, Hasao. As Emmy turns to head inside, I notice something weird. Something so weird that I'm surprised I didn't notice it earlier. She's limping slightly, favoring the left leg. Hey, Emmy. Is your leg okay? Emmy looks confused, or at least fakes confusion. What are you talking about? Your right leg. You're limping. There's the briefest flash of concern on Emmy's face. If she didn't want me to know, or she didn't think I'd notice, or, I prefer to think, she just didn't realize it. Oh, that. She shrugs casually. Must have gotten knocked a little out of alignment during the picnic. No idea what would have caused that, of course. I think back to me being pinned under the tree. Ah. You should have told me. We could have stopped and fixed it, you know? Emmy waves a hand airily. Nah, it's not that big of a deal. Don't worry about it, okay, Sao? It's fine. I don't get the feeling that she's convincing herself as well as me. I'd let it rest. Well, she's probably fine. I imagine she'd say something if it was really a problem. Heck, she'd probably get annoyed if I kept bringing it up. Really, I need to get going. Your attempts to keep me around are doomed to fail. Of course. Just prolonging the goodbye, I suppose. Oh, the grin lights up Emmy's face. Here's the thing. I would I would let it rest, but that's only because I have a very particular way of letting things like that rest, which is I say, if you say so. That's a really good one to use in situations like this. Because if you go, alright, if you say so, it takes the responsibility off you, basically. It's like, you're basically telling them, if something's wrong, you tell me. I'm not gonna spend my time needing to figure shit out if you're not gonna tell me. So I'm basically like, if you say so, and then next time they'll be like, oh, well, he might disregard it again, he said that I have to say so. And then they might actually address it if it happens again, or if it's like a prolonged problem, they might bring it up then later. Or if you just normally let it rest, maybe I don't know. It can have negative consequences, but if you say so, you're basically telling them, like, you tell me if something's up. Onus of this is off me, because I'm saying the only reason that I'm letting it go is because you're telling me to. It's just a good thing to use, and if you ask someone if they're okay and you think they're not when they say they are, just go, alright, if you say so. Good night, Asao. Good night. She limps inside. I find myself hoping she's okay despite her assurance that she's fine. I think I can call this a successful first date. Hell, any day that ends with M pinning me under a tree to kiss me can't be bad, can it? Head back to my room, mentally thank the gods that Kenji doesn't ambush me in the hallway, get started on my homework. But he was right, she stole the bread! She stole the... And a shared responsibility with Eira. I guess it's not good to say it like that, but you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm bad at picking up on that stuff, but I'm not going to deal with the whole, oh, I'm going to say no, but you still have to figure out that I'm lying and push more and confront me about it before I'll tell you. I can't deal with that shit, so I just go, alright, if you say so, which lets them know. If you got an issue, you need to tell me. You need to be honest with me. I'm not going to deal with these games. Just tell me if it's true. Otherwise, like, I'm letting them know, yes, I'm disregarding it. But here's the reason. Because you didn't tell me. Tell me next time if there is an issue. You know? I think that's just the best way to let someone know. I'm not gonna deal with that bullshit. Be honest with me. Otherwise, I mean, will just disregard you. I'll tell you. I take people at face value normally anyway, so I've had to figure ways to let people know that, because I can't pick up on that shit otherwise. The morning, which is also why I spend a lot of time asking people like, are you sure? Are you sure that this is the situation? I just need to double check, because it could not be the situation, and I wouldn't be able to tell unless it's like obvious. The morning is far too early for my tastes. It doesn't help that I had trouble sleeping last night. There were simply too many things to think about. My mind refused to slow down. Instead, I replayed the rooftop, the park, and everything else over and over in my mind. There's a small part of my mind that is still paranoid that this has all been some kind of joke. That I'll meet it with Emmy at the track and she'll act like nothing happened yesterday. Pushing these thoughts to the back of my mind, I throw on my running clothes and open the door. Emmy's waiting for me with her usual smile. You're late. Or at least, you're not early today. Are you tired or something? I found myself ruefully rubbing the back of my head. Something like that, yeah. Lots to think about and all that. Emmy giggles at my mild understatement. Yeah, I didn't sleep that well either. I was actually glad you weren't early, because I wasn't early either. I wonder if the same thing kept us awake. The image of a weeping face passes through my mind. What kept you up? Emmy's expression falters, but she quickly notices my curiosity and forces a smile. Nothing important. She's obviously not telling me something. The question is, should I press the issue? Something clearly had been bothering her for a while. I want to help her, but would it just come off as me being nosy? She's got to know I care about her, though. Are you sure? If something's bothering you, I'm here to help you sort it out. Emmy laughs then, but it's not her usual laugh. There's an edge to it that seems almost bitter. Sort it out? I'm not sure it can be sorted out, Hisao. An almost grim smile crosses her lips. It's like a smile of resignation. I don't think you could help me anyway. That hurts. I don't want to say that it hurts to hear, but it does. Yeah, that does hurt. Doesn't she realize I want to be there for her when things go wrong? Well, I won't push you on the matter, but I'm here for you if you decide later that you'd like to talk about it. It might help. I can see the debate raging behind Emi's eyes. Seems like she wants to tell me, but she's not sure whether or not she can. Hey, forget about it for now, okay? I've got running to do. Mention of running, something that she can handle, brings Emi back to her usual self. Right. Hurry up and stretch out, Hisao. I've got to get moving. She takes off like a shot, far quicker than I'm used to. Still, I try to keep pace with her, recklessly testing my limits. It gives me a feeling of freedom, like my heart is no longer important. I find myself wanting to laugh, filled with the feeling of moving beyond what I once called my boundaries. Nurse's warnings to not overdo things echo in my mind, and I disregard them. This feeling I have, this willingness to risk a heart attack for something so trivial as a morning run, feels out of character for me. But is it? Or rather, should it be? I've got a weak heart, sure. It's not. It'll never be capable of the kind of speed and endurance Emi's capable of. Though I probably wouldn't be able to get that good even if I had a healthy heart. So around the final bend, I feel my legs scramble in protest, but for the first time, I ignore them. I accelerate to finish at a sprint, nearly catching up to Emi. This was never going to happen, of course. Still, I feel surprisingly good. Oh sure, my legs feel like they're about to catch fire, and I'm having trouble staying upright. But there's been a shift of some sort today, and it's all thanks to the girl grinning at the finish line, waiting for me. I felt a little faster than usual. The comment is met with a grin and a shrug. Can't have you think I was going to go soft on you, now can I? But you managed to handle it just fine. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Still feeling the high from the run and moving by the surge of gratitude, I see Jemmy in a hug. Thanks. Really, I'm not just saying that. I'm in your debt. Emi seems flustered by my words, squirming uncomfortably. Don't be silly as how. Someone had to haul you out here, didn't they? It's not like you're not doing anything for me, right? I needed a running partner, remember? I shake my head, still pointedly not letting go of Emi, who stops squirming and merely looks up at me with a quickly deepening blush that almost seems out of character. No, that's not true. You wanted a running partner, but you didn't need one. If I hadn't shown up the day after the festival, you would still run, right? But it doesn't work the other way around. I only managed to make it out a few times before the festival. Now, without you, I probably wouldn't have made it out at all after that. He smiles at me and prods my chest with one finger. You are pretty lazy, so... Hey, I was giving you a compliment. Well, you're welcome, I guess. I'll pay you back somehow. Oh, well... That's not necessary, you know? I mean, I kinda like you, so... Being able to run with you in the mornings isn't exactly a bad deal for me either, so... If someone gets so much praise, she seems unused to gratitude. Can't think of anything else to say, so we fall silent. Throat's getting dry. Alright. Become aware of Emi's breathing, the dampness of her clothing, and of the scent of her. Coming off of anyone else, it would stink. Coming off of Emi fits her in a way nothing else could. Her skin is cool, slick with sweat, and a breeze causes goosebumps to rise. Almost without thinking about it, I lean down and meet Emi's mouth, which has already moved to meet my own. Her lips are soft, and she hums happily as we kiss, sending vibrations from her mouth to mine. There's a startling rightness to everything about this moment. We fit one another perfectly. The kiss ends, and I finally let my arms drop back to my sides. Emi is smiling warmly at me and giggles again. Come on, Asao, we'd better go see the nurse. Then it happens. As she turns to begin walking, she gives out a tiny yelp and stumbles forward. Emi! I leap to steady her and notice with some concern that she's favoring the same leg as last night. Your leg! Emmy seems panicked and pushes away from me. It's fine. My expression must seem hurt because she hastens to apologize. Sorry. Didn't mean to push you like that. I was just... She stumbles for something to say. It's nothing, really. Hey, don't worry about it. She's so flustered, I decided to shrug the whole thing off. But there's a cold feeling in the pit of my stomach now that won't go away. I tried to step in and help her, and she pushed me away. Smiling, I shoved those thoughts to the back of my mind and concentrated on Emmy. Just when you're getting hurt, that's all. Don't have to worry about it, Mia. Honest. I'm fine. Yes, you say that, but I don't believe you. I keep worrying about you regardless, and not saying anything yesterday just makes me feel guilty about today. Should have at least asked. Oh, did I do the wrong option? Well, that's because Sasao didn't have the hidden Eira technique. Where you say if you say so. Would she have reacted the same way last night? Guess I'll never know now. I'm still trying to sort out what happened on the track as we arrive in front of the nurse's office. Emmy raises her hand to knock, hesitates, and turns to me smiling guiltily. Hey, can you do me a favor? Of course. Can you tell the nurse that I'll see him later? I just remembered that I've got some stuff to take care of before class. So I really need to get moving. I peer at her closely and she fidgets under my stare. Yeah, she's clearly just avoiding the nurse. That leg of hers. Well, whatever. I said I'd help and so I will. But I'll make damn sure she sees the nurse before the day's out. Yeah, okay. I'll let him know. I mean, it looks like I've just given her a pony on Christmas. Thank you so much. You're the best to Sal. I'm rewarded for my complacency in her lie. Oh, complicity in her lie by a kiss that makes it all worth it. So I tell myself. Sal being controlled by his horniness. As Emmy heads out of the building, trying hard not to let a limp show, I knock on the door of the office. Sal, coming in. I don't see Emmy with you. She's not sick again, is she? From the tone of his voice, I don't think the nurse is expecting me to say yes, she's ill. She said that she'd forgotten to do something and she had to skip out, but she'll see you later today. The nurse heaves an exacerbated sigh. Honestly, that girl. She's been avoiding me. Yesterday she was in and out of here without even taking off her prosthetics, and now this. At least it's not just me Emmy doesn't want wearing. That's a comfort, I guess. Still, I feel like I should say something about her leg. I said I'd lie for her, but she really needs to see him. Now that you mention it, she was limping pretty badly today. And last night as well. The nurse's eyes narrows at the words last night. What exactly were you two doing last night? We were on a date. Nurse raises his eyebrow, as if surprised. Really? Interesting. Huh? Oh, nothing. His gaze turns thoughtfully and then he grins at me. You don't think you could use some of that boyfriend charm to get her to come see me today, could you? Of course. I was planning on doing that anyway. I think she's really hurt and just pretending she isn't. Yes, she does that. Afraid I'll make her stop running. Will you? I don't like to, but if it's bad enough that she's been limping, well, I guess I'll have to see what's wrong for myself before I make that call. See, Emmy, not allowed to run. Perish the thought. I don't know if she'd be able to function without running. No wonder she's reluctant to admit anything's wrong. Well, I'll make sure she sees you. Good. Oh, and before I forget, grins at me again in what feels like a vaguely threatening manner. Don't forget that I know your medications you're on. You be careful around Emmy, got it? Wow, he looks serious too. Got it. Don't hurt Emmy, wouldn't dream of it. Grand. Hate for you to be late. Huh? Late, as in late, Hassan, okay? He frowns briefly, dissatisfied. Sounded better in my head. Well, at any rate, get out of here before you miss your first class. You got things to do, I'm sure. Sure. So leave, I notice the nurse pulling out his phone and dialing a number. Miko, your daughter's being a pain in the ass again. Better head back to my room or I really will be late. Hey, wasn't he supposed to check my heart rate? Oh shit, and he just pushed himself? Oh no. Lunch bell sounds and I bring myself out of the stupor I slipped into during the morning classes. My lack of sleep last night, coupled with the increased pace of the morning run, has left me a little exhausted. His heart's gonna give out. Despite that, I found myself skipping stairs up to the roof. There's a thrill of excitement now in addition to the pleasure one gets from eating lunch with one's friends. True, both Emmy and Rin are still my friends, but Emmy has become more than that now. Rin is back in her usual spot on the roof, almost as if she'd never been absent. Feeling better, I take it? Raised eyebrows, my reward for speaking. God damn, this Bryda loves raised eyebrows. Better than what? Better than you felt yesterday? Rin gives me Rin gives my question some serious thought. I'm not sure. Preemptive F for Hasao. I'm calling him, man. That little... I thought something was gonna happen when he was picking up the pace, but then nothing did, so I actually almost forgot it. But then when he's like, hey, you didn't check my heart rate, I'm like, oh, shit! And shit's also going down with Emmy. Hashtag both die route. See, the Lily bad end was Hasao dies route. Or was that the good end? I can't remember. Hasao fucking died. And then he didn't. But this can be the route where they can both die. The Romeo and Juliet route. I'm not sure. I think I might have felt rather good for some of yesterday, but it's all fuzzy. Too much cold medicine. Well, I was asleep, and that usually is pretty good. But I can't remember what it feels like to be asleep, because I'm not conscious for it. It's a real problem. And again, if I knew how good it felt, I might not sleep anymore. But this way, I keep trying, so I guess that's how I can keep from being overtired. An eternal mystery to keep you sleeping at night. Maybe mystery is the wrong word. Intangibility might be the proper way to describe it. I see. No, I don't see it all. I have no idea what you're talking about, but that's okay, since I rarely do. Do you remember what sleeping feels like? Like, yesterday? Do you remember what you felt like sleeping yesterday? Well, I actually didn't get a lot of sleep yesterday. Maybe that's because you remember subconsciously? Actually, I think I was worrying about Emmy. Doesn't Emmy worry enough about herself? I hadn't considered that, but it gives me pause. True, but would she ask for help if she needed it? Rin frowns, and I raise an eyebrow. Will I get a proper answer? Probably not. Is there something she should be asking for help with? A leg, for starters. Seems to catch Rin's interest. Leg? The face. It's hurt, but she won't see the nurse about it. Rin shakes her head in disapproval. You have to make her. Like she makes me go to class, for her own good. Otherwise, she could lose her legs again, and that's just too weird. Losing things twice. Especially if you don't find them again to begin with. Unless prosthetics are the same thing as finding something. But that's a different kind of lost, isn't it? I think so. I wonder. Wonder what? Emmy seems to have snuck up on Rin and me, though Rin doesn't seem especially surprised. Which is itself unsurprising, I suppose. Manages to set herself upright, quite expertly throwing her upper body forward and using her momentum to right herself. Your leg, how's it feel? That earns me a frown and a bit of a glare. Yeah. God damn it, Hasao, you said this before. If you talk to Rin about it, she's gonna tell Emmy. It's okay, I think. Not worth worrying about. Tell that to the nurse. He's quite insistent that you visit him, you know. Emmy pouts like I've just told her she's been grounded. He worries too much. It's not a big deal, just a little soreness. Try to resist rolling my eyes in exacerbation. If it's nothing, then you should have no problem seeing him, right? Emmy narrows her eyes suspiciously. Did he put you up to this? Well, maybe. A little. But that's not the point. I would have reminded you to see him anyway. It would be terrible to see you really hurt and not doing anything about it. That would make it worse, and I don't really want to see you hurt, you know? Call me crazy, but I kind of would prefer to see you happy and healthy. Blah. With each statement, Emmy's frown fades a little more, until eventually she's grinning, albeit a little shyly. Well, if you're gonna put it that way, then I guess I'll have to see him. Otherwise, you'll keep worrying, and then I'll never hear the end of it, right? That's right. I keep bugging you about it, and that might put a damper on our dates. How's the food, Sal? Talk to the nurse, Emmy. How was your day, Sal? Talk to the nurse, Emmy. Sal, I think I'm really gonna go all the way. Talk to the nurse, Emmy. See? Doesn't work that well. Emmy giggles at my high-pitched rendition of her own voice and gives me an affectionate shove. My voice isn't that high, Chuck. I thought it was pretty accurate. Rin likes it. Emmy and I stare at Rin for a while before I burst into laughter. Emmy crosses her arms and huffs, mock offended. You're both jerks. Such a vile... whatever that word is from you, young one. I can't be fucked looking it up anymore. The writer's a bitch. I'm stunned that you would call me, of all people, a jerk. Honestly, I don't know what to think. Emmy sticks her tongue out at me. You ass. So Ren, how's the art club these days? Ren, seemingly as surprised by the sudden change of topic as I am, takes a minute to think before answering. I believe it is okay. Although Nomura keeps telling me to work harder. But I don't think he understands my methods. He always struck me as slightly creepy. Yeah, he kinda is. Ren ponders his statement for a while. I've never really noticed. But I don't pay much attention to him most days, so maybe that's why. How often do you meet? Thinking of joining us now? What? Nah, I've already decided to join a club. Really? Which one? Not learning words with Eira. No more word learning. Look, it's just ridiculous, alright? It's like that weird perception non-writers have, that using obscure words that no one fucking uses makes you smart. It doesn't. In fact, it's bad writing. The more people can understand your writing, the better it is. To a certain extent, of course. Obviously, you don't need to go so far that preps can read it unless it's intended for them, but the more normal adults can read it, the better. And I'm not a normal adult. I'm an educated adult who went to university and studied writing at a university level. If I don't know the word, I'm sorry. You're going way too hard obscure. You're going with weird words that no one uses. It's bad writing. Was it now banned from the stream? No more words. I'm gonna erase all the words from the world. It's like a children villain. Some villain trying to get rid of words, and the Powerpuff Girls stop him. Only arranged letters. Ah, yes. Of course. Capital REALLY question mark space capital WHICH space ONE question mark. Insightful commentary from Emmy. Really, which one? It's not really much of a club, to be honest. Oh, you joined the tea club? No, I joined the science club, I think. Villain backstory. Annoyed with people who don't understand what good writing is, using words. My villain backstory is just Katawa Shoujo happened. People keep writing with obscure words I don't know, so I will destroy all the words. See, that could be like a kid's villain, except in that case it would be like a dumb villain that doesn't even know, like, that can't even read basic words. Instead of just someone who's mad that some people think obscure words is good writing. And I'd have like a giant eraser or something, and I can just like erase words from existence or something. I don't know. This is becoming a whole idea now. But yeah, that'd be a very like kids cartoon show episode of the week villain kind of thing. Villain of the week. Like the Powerpuff Girls or something. Join the science club, I think. I mean, looks highly confused. You have a science club? Not really. It's just me. This world is imperfect. I will cure the world of the sickness known as words. So that's not a club. That's sitting in your room reading books. No, I mean, it's just me and Muto. I'm just the only student so far. Muto? Really? I thought Straxer. Oh, is that what you were talking about yesterday? Your meeting with Muto? Yeah, that was our first meeting, I guess. Emmy giggles. Nerd. Nerd! Hey, I can't help being clever. You know, I could have used your help years ago. You should have had your heart attack earlier in life, so... I laugh, and then realize this is probably one of the very rare times I've laughed about my heart attack. Hindsight. Yeah. Hindsight is 2020? That was last year, not this year. The ringing of the bell ends our conversation. Guess we better go. Yeah, I guess so. Come on, Ren, you too. It's apparently begun to doze off, so Emmy gives her a sharp bump. I almost had it. Sorry, but you need to go to class. I disagree, but maybe if I nap in class, I'll get it this time. Changing locations is sometimes helpful for that kind of thing. If Emmy or I bother asking what it is, I choose to believe it's a fish. I don't know why, that's just what came to mind when she said she was trying to get it. She was chasing a fish, I guarantee it. As we arrive at my classroom, Emmy gives me a quick kiss and heads down the hallway, Rin in tow. I turn down to the classroom to be met by the duo of Shizuna and Misha. Misha seems to be fighting a losing battle to keep from breaking into a fit of giggles while she translates Shizuna's latest rant. Well, we are pleased, nay, thrilled to see how you've managed to make new friends and forge relationships, and with such a cutie too, Hik-chan. I think that last part was probably Misha. Nevertheless, feel compelled to politely remind you that public displays of affection are strictly forbidden. Really? That's disappointing, Shik-chan. Section 8 of the Code of Conduct laid out in the student handbook. Hey! That reminds me of one time when I was at high school and I was with my mate, and he was like, I don't know, we were just going between classes, and his girlfriend wasn't in any of his classes, but we like ran into her in the hall, and he was like, oh hey, and he just like kissed her on the forehead, and just as he did, teacher just comes by and goes, PDA. Fucking schools and they're no public displays of affection. In this case, however, ignorance of the law may be your excuse, as we are feeling lenient. And the paperwork required to punish the both of you would only add to the already mountainous volumes of work which confronts us, the sole members of the student council. And besides, you two are adorable together. Therefore, consider this a formal warning, and please refrain from such displays in the future. At least when Bleh. Wait, what? At least when Shizuna... Why would she call her Shizuna? What? I, like, instinctively went to say Shik-chan, and then I was like, wait, she didn't what? That's weird. At least when Shizuna can see you, Hik-chan. It should be Shik-chan and Hik-chan. You can't just only have Hik-chan? What the hell? This whole spiel is so patently ridiculous that I can't help but reply in the same pompous manner. Well, I, for one, feel entitled. I apologize profusely for my rash actions and will strive to contain my basic impulses, which I fear impel me towards such inappropriate displays of public affection. It's hardly my wish to burden an already overworked student council with such petty matters, and will do my best to make your lives easier in this manner in the future. At least when Shizuna's watching. This last line is delivered with a wink to Misha, who finally loses control of her laughter. Well said, Hik-chan. Chuckling a little myself, we enter the classroom. Class is uneventful, and after the final bells ring, I find myself alone with Muto again. So it looks like we've all assembled for the second meeting of the science club. Or is it the first? What do you think? Should we count yesterday as a meeting? We did form a club yesterday, didn't we? Seems like club business, so we can safely call yesterday a meeting. Muto smiles in his usual stilted and awkward way. Wonder if the muscles in his face are just not shaped correctly to let him smile naturally? What the hell? You really do have a knack for this, I think. Logical thought processes, that is. I guess so. Scientist speaks with authority, sir. The answer here is yes, I do. When the world wants to know how it works, we tell it, even if all we've got is a decent hypothesis. But it must sound certain anyway, because we're the authorities on the subject, right? Chuckles to go along with his awkward smile and his awkward joke. I'm doing my best not to grimace, but I don't think I'm being too successful. That's entirely false, of course. We know a lot, sure, but nobody's an expert on how the world works. It's only because nobody can be sure, with no certainty, there are no experts. But we like to pretend, sometimes. There's some things we can be certain of, right? Yes, but no. Well, that's what it is. Laws are certainties, and theories are not. Theories may be wrong, but laws are right, basically. I think that's how it goes, right? Like, the law of motion, like, that, like, is definitely how motion works. But then with, like, theories of certain things, it's like, well, that could be wrong, but that's how we assume it works. At least, that's what I think it is. We know gravity's there, for example. To illustrate, Muto picks up a pencil and drops it. See? Still there. But it's good to check every once in a while. That's why you still see researchers mucking about with gravity. We're pretty sure we know how it works, but there's always a chance that something isn't how we think it is. So you check and check and check. That's science in a nutshell, Sal. The whole time I've listened, feeling rather spellbound. Muto seems to be really passionate about this stuff, I think. It's hard to tell sometimes. How the world works. How humans work. How the universe works. All these questions to be answered, and depending on what I go into, maybe I could even figure out a way to fix my heart. That said, I don't think that's a real priority for me. Besides, as we start discussing the book he gave me yesterday, I find myself more and more interested in that than my heart condition. Before we even realize it, an hour's gone by. An hour of time conversation! You motherfuckers! Let me have it! How dare you skip? Let's call this meeting over for now, okay? We'll have another meeting tomorrow, or the day after. You consider this for a moment. Call it the day after. I got a lot of grading to do. Alright, see you then. As I exit the classroom, I realize that I don't really have anything to do tonight. Emmy and I didn't make plans, so I guess I'll go to the library. Beats doing homework in my room anyway. Emmy Rat is actually Muto XSL BL Rat? Oh god. Oh god, could you... I was like, into it, and then you said BL, and I was like, maybe. I don't know about that one. God, could you actually imagine if they put that in? I mean, I'd read it, because that'd be fucking insane. That'd be wild. But hey, I mean, I'd be down. Just also I'll allow it if you give me the Yuko route too. Then you can have 2 forbidden routes. Besides, it's weird that there is no Yuko route. I feel like light novels always have that one route that's like the weird one. That's like kind of the messed up one, where you kind of got to do a lot to actually even access it. And it's like the obscure one that's like really messed up and weird. You could totally do that with a teacher one. I mean, Yuko's not really a teacher. Well, she's a staff member though, you know? And also an adult. And she used to be with Kenji. Think about the drama you could have. Ugh. Be such a perfect route. Because then you'd also get a lot of opportunities to explore Kenji in that one. Should have made it. Should have made Yuko route happen. Maybe one day if I can be bothered, I'll make it myself. Modding VNs is easy. Just write the dialogue. It's all there for you. You don't need to make anything new. I guess CGs would be the only thing. Now, the library always seems cooler than the rest of the building. Probably to keep the books from getting damaged by excessive heat and humidity. Books are sturdy objects, but if you want to keep them in good condition, it takes a little effort. I've got several books that are so well worn the pages are barely clinging to the spine. It seems impossible for them to still be usable, but if you handle them with care... We don't cuck Kenji God in this household. Dude, I'm pretty sure Kenji wants to be cucked. She's a succubus anyway, it's fine. I make my way to the main desk where I spot Yuko busying herself with something or another. She smiles at me as I enter the waves. Hello, Sal. Good to see you again. What are you looking for this time? Nothing in particular, I guess. I just don't really feel like looking... What? Oh, like going back to my room is all. Good nods. Well, if you're unoccupied, maybe you could help me look for something. Sure, what do you need? He brings a finger to her lip and looks around fervently. She seems to be looking for eavesdroppers. Come closer. Oh shit! We found the Yuko route! I was just talking about that! Take a few hesitant steps forward while feeling distinctively unnerved. Yuko lowers her voice to a confidential whisper. I'm on the trail of the Yamaku cat burglar. What? The what? Shh. The wolves have ears, Sasao. Or they might. But listen, those missing books. Remember them? Yeah? Well, they went missing. Well, they weren't missing. They were stolen. I'm convinced of it. I remember you saying something of the sort earlier. But how do you know? Yuko leans in closer and, if possible, whispers even lower. Because I found one of his hiding places. You did what? Yuko looked triumphant. Found one of his stashes. It was under one of the stairwells in the boys' dorm. 3 books I've been looking for. All 3. I suspect a thief before, but this proves it. So did you take back the books? Yuko looks as if I just suggested she walk around naked. Are you nuts? He can't know I'm onto him. He might go around and evade capture. Uh-huh. So what do you need my help with, then? Yuko casts another glance around the library and leans in closer. You've got a spy for me. Spy? Yeah, like when you're in the dorms, you know? Keep an eye out for suspicious activity. What constitutes suspicious anyway? I mean, Kenji's a pretty suspicious dude, but I'd wager he barely goes to class, much less sneaks into the library to pilfer books. I don't know. I have a feeling it might be Kenji, but I guess we'll see. Still, what's the harm in saying yes? At the least, it'll get me out of this weird conversation. Yeah, I can do that. No problem. God damn it, I keep right-clicking. Mouse is too light. I keep accidentally hitting the button. If I, like, let my finger relax on it. Yugo straightens up and claps excitedly. Great. Hurry up and talk about something else in case someone comes in. How's the school treating you? Pretty well, actually. I've been running in the mornings with Emi Rizaki. Right. Yeah. How'd you know? I served you 2 in the tea house, remember? I deduced that if you were going to run with anyone, it would probably be her. She looks pleased with herself. Impressive. Anyway, yes, we've been running in the mornings, and we kind of started dating. She claps her hands together excitedly. Really? That's great. Bet you 2 are great together. Love seeing people find one another like that, you know? Even thought to myself when you walked into the Shanghai that one time, I wonder if that kid will wind up with one of those girls. Really? Hugo doesn't seem to notice my somewhat weirded out tone and nods affirmatively. Yep, I could tell that you'd wind up with one of them, you know. I've got an eye for that sort of thing. Of course. Her expression drops slightly. I'm not so good at it myself. I'm sure that's not true. Oh, it's true. I met this guy once. We got along really great, but it turns out he was younger than me. And that was kind of weird, but not terribly so. What was weird was that he disappeared one day, and I've not seen him since then. Huh, that does seem kind of odd. Doesn't it? Hope it wasn't something I did. I feel compelled to reassure her. I'm sure it wasn't. I tend to try and calm her down further, but the both of us jump in surprise at the ring suddenly coming from my pocket. It was Kenji! Yuko sighs to steady herself as I pull the phone from my pocket. I feel a little sheepish for indirectly causing this incident. Emi, what's up? Oh, thank God, I haven't called your phone before, so I didn't know if this number would work or whether you would pick up, and I can't. Well there, Emi, slow down. What's wrong? Suppose on the other side of the line, during which I can hear Emi trying to control her breathing in order to calm down. Something's got her terribly agitated and it's starting to agitate me. Can you stop by, like now, or shortly after now? I really need to talk to you. There's a tone of pleading in the last sentence that I don't think I've ever heard from her. Of course, I'll be right there. Hold steady, okay? In my increasingly agitated state, I've apparently started saying things that don't quite make sense. Okay, wait, what? Oh, hold steady. Okay, I'll be okay. See you soon. Press the button and end the call before slipping the phone back into my pocket. Apologize to Yuko for running off and run off. Perhaps at some point I would have stopped to think about the time, or how suspicious it looks for a guy to enter the girls' dorm at this hour. Except right now, I'm just concerned with getting Naomi and finding out what's wrong, or how I can help her. Wouldn't it have been around the same time, or later when he went and saw her after school? Whatever. I knock on the door and I'm greeted with a subdued "Come in." Something is very wrong as I stare at the scene before me. Emi's there, yes. She's in a wheelchair, and her legs are missing. I glance around the room to see them sitting in the corner, looking like they've been thrown there. Oh, they actually made a sprite for it and everything. Emi responds to my entrance with a lopsided grin. It is both pleasing to see me and completely utterly heartbroken. Hiya, Sao. Looks like she's been crying, but if she was, she'll stop now. Notice that I'm a little out of breath, having taken the stairs 2 at a time in order to get here. My heart doesn't seem to mind the strain, though. I file this happy fact away for later consideration. Like when I'm not staring, somewhat dumbstruck at my girlfriend in a wheelchair. Realizing I've still not responded to my greeting, my brain lurches into gear. Emi, what happened? Guess I should have listened to you, Sao. My leg's got a nasty infection. I'm not allowed to run on it, at least for a couple of weeks. She gives a bit of laugh that shouldn't be coming from her. I can't even walk on it. I could have used a crutch and kept one of my legs, but I didn't see the point. Why hop? You can't run on one leg. At least this way I can still, I don't know, roll fast or something. Yeah, that's good, right? My good attempt to look on the bright side seems appreciated, but not really effective. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird comment. Emi shrugs again. It's just kind of a nuisance. I mean, you can't even eat up on the roof now. No wheelchair access. Oh yeah, that's kind of weird. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you can't go to the roof in particular. Yeah, but that's not a big deal, right? I mean, we can still eat together, and that's the important thing. Lopsided grin again. It hurts to look at. I suppose so, yeah. But like I said, it's a nuisance. I mean, I haven't really used a wheelchair in, she thinks for a minute. Maybe 7 years? Something like that anyway. A long time. I'm afraid I'm a bit out of practice. Well, fortunately, it's only temporary, right? I mean, it's... Oh yeah, of course. It's not like I've lost him permanently. But it's a pain in the ass all the same. I nod sympathetically. There's not much else I can do after all. What am I gonna do? Say I told you so? Although I did tell her to get that leg looked at. By the time I noticed, it was too late anyway. Do you need help with anything? That is, can I help with anything? Emi shakes her head, and there's a bit of her usual grin back. Nah, I can manage fine by myself. Although if you want to help me over to my bed, it would save me the trouble of rolling over there myself. I blush, in spite of myself. Emi giggles. Such a prude, Hisao. I'm not a prude. I just wouldn't want to take advantage of a young woman such as yourself. It's ungentlemanly. Hisao tips his fedora. I will Emi's chair to her bed and easily scoop her up and deposit her there. She quickly sorts herself out and sits on the side. She's actually a little heavier than she looks. It would be rude for me to observe this aloud, of course. Man, you're kind of heavy. Emi hits me with a pillow. Ass. Just saying is all. Must be all that running. The mention of running, Emi's grin falters slightly. Like as I won't have to worry about that for a bit, huh? Maybe I'll lose some weight. That's what you do to lose weight, right? Cease physical activity? I'm pretty sure that's what the nurse would recommend. Speaking of which, are you gonna still be showing up in the mornings? I'd hate to run a... Ah, shit. Emi's sudden interjection, more disquieted muttering than anything too profane, causing me to look over in shock. She's leaning forward, trying to cover the fact that she's crying by covering her eyes with her hand. Of course, the subdued sobbing makes it pretty obvious that she's crying. Hey, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything, okay? Place her hand gingerly around her and pull her close. I can think of nothing else to say or do. How do I comfort someone who's just lost their legs again? Emi wraps me in a hug, and it stays that way for a while. Sorry. Pretty bad at this whole comforting thing, I guess. Don't say that. I'm fine, really. Voice is slightly muffled by my chest. I pat her head reassuringly. That's the spirit, right? You get through this fine. I know it. Besides, I'm here to help you, remember? Emi lifts her head and stares at me with tear-stained eyes. Can you really? She's grinning lopsidedly, and something sparkles in her gaze. I can't tell if I'm being mocked or not. Oh, I mean, of course, I mean, sure, you're a bit heavy, but... Woody comment is cut off by the sudden press of Emi's lips on mine. I'm caught off guard and rewarded by hitting my head on the wall behind her bed. Ow. Emi pulls back, trying to look concerned rather than like she's about to laugh. You okay? Sorry. I grab my head ruefully and grin back at her. Caught me off guard there. It's gonna become a habit. I'm gonna be lectured by Shizuna and Mishima. At the mention of the duo, Emi giggles. Honestly, those two. If I didn't know why, I'd be utterly confused as to why she hangs around with someone so bossy. Which one are you talking about? You know exactly which one to shout. Misha's hardly bossy. So what's the reason then? Huh? The reason why Misha hangs around Shizuna? Emi waves my question off with a smile. No idea. I see. But I know, because I did the route. Anyway, you seem to be forgetting the original question, don't you? Oh yeah, I guess I am. You wouldn't mind giving a guy a little warning, would you? Otherwise I'm liable to wind up with a concussion. Emphasize the point by rubbing at the back of my head. Emi giggles madly. You could wear a helmet. Some kids here do, you know. Or I could just take revenge, grab a pillow from beside me and whack Emi over the head. Emi topples off the bed and lands on the floor with a thump. God damn it! Say you dumbass. Arms trembly reappear on the bed and she manages to pull herself back up. She really has a surprising amount of strength in that little body. Face is turned downwards and away from mine, making me think I might have accidentally hurt her. Emmy, you okay? I didn't hit you. Hand shoots up and grabs my collar. She pulls me in with a sharp tug, her face now barely an inch away from mine, as she grins cheekily. Emmy? She gives me a short headbutt, full blood's making quite a loud thud. Finally awake, huh? I sit back and rub my sore head as Emmy smacks victoriously. How's that for revenge? Not fair. You can't take revenge for revenge. For someone missing most of her legs, Emmy's surprisingly agile. I swipe at her, but she deftly rolls out of the way and lands a hit with her pillow. Of course, the odds are against her. I stand up for starters. Oh, hell yeah. Smug. Oh. Oops. Smug Emmy. I guess I can't after all. Emmy seems to have effectively tripped me up. And is now sitting primly astride me as I lay on my back. I'm not even sure how she managed it. I win. Her eyes twinkle mischievously. I've been thoroughly defeated, and by God, it's a fraction of the size of that. Then again, being defeated doesn't seem quite so bad. Maybe being positioned over my waist isn't something that I, or my body, can ignore easily. I open my lips to speak, but Emmy's head darts downwards before I get so much as a word out. I give no resistance as she presses her mouth to mine, not that I'd want to. This is different, somehow. She pulls back, nips at my lower lip, and reinstates the embrace. Her tongue darts inside my mouth, exploring. I can feel the warmth spreading through my body as my heart begins to beat faster. My mind starts to go foggy, and I become vaguely aware of my hand traveling up Emmy's blouse. Emmy clasps as I reach her breast, and then, gasps as I reach her breast, and there's a giggle, and then I stare up at a grinning Emmy. Told you, that makes my second win now. What? That doesn't count. You used feminine wiles. All's fair in love and war, right? Ha. And you're even blushing. I didn't know you were a blusher, Hasao. You're blushing too, you know. Probably because of your prudish ways. Even I've got to admit this is a stupid thing to say to a woman who is currently straddling me and has been, up until a few seconds ago, playing tonsil hockey with me. So her window is just there and open. Prude, am I? Well then, let's see who blushes first, shall we? I'm not sure whether the tone of her voice terrifies or arouses me, but that question is quickly made rather mute. You know, it can be both, Hasao. Nice prawns. Oh Jesus, right, fuck. Get off straight! God damn it. I was fucking adjusting my sitting. God damn it. Okay, let's see. Where is it? This one? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Let's just... Can I even show the text box? Oh, right, yeah, I can. They have panties on when they're like this. Alright, just, go with that, I guess. Hopefully she doesn't move. So, did I blush? I didn't notice. Did I? Emmy shrugs, still breathing a little heavily. Didn't notice either. Well, maybe we should... Need to use your window. Right now, my first instinct is to hide it, but then I realized that I'm still utterly exhausted and sitting next to a topless Emmy, so there's no running away. His eyes pass over Emmy and me and focus on the window. That was a cloud. Cloud? Rin nods. I was watching it from my window, but it didn't stay in my window. So I need to use your window. Emmy shifts a little, causing me to cough in order to cover up a giggle of my own. How long do you need the window for? We're, busy. This time I can't contain my laughter. Reading knows both Emmy and me and peers at the window. just make it shut. I'm gonna move the screen actually so that I can see both the OBS version and my version. But yeah, I got wrecked by it. It stayed on screen a little too long. Showed us slump and she looks disappointed. Changing to something else. Disappointing. I'm just having trouble keeping a straight face. Sorry to hear that, Ren. Can we have a little privacy now, please? Ren shrugs as if to say, "Can you?" and hooks her feet around the door, pulling it closed behind her. We both dissolve into ravenous laughter, unable to deal with Ren's bizarrely timed visit any other way. After our laughter dies down, I look to Emmy. We're both a total mess. Well? Emmy raises an eyebrow. Well? Again? Emmy grins and laughs, and then she nods. We should probably ditch the clothes this time. You mean this time? I'm leaving it up just in case. Alright, we're good. I'm mainly creating a save, just to be safe. Oh, should I end? I don't know. My voice is kinda... I guess it was 3 hours with, because of Muse Dash. 3 hours is probably, I'd say, the lower limit for what, like, I'm okay with. It annoys me when I do Katawa Shoujo on its own, it's like 2 hours, so... My ass is still hurting as well from sitting, so... So I'm gonna end stream here. Right, I already saved. Thanks for everybody who stopped by and watched. If you enjoyed, please follow, you know, the usual shenanigans. It's been quite a while since I streamed. I don't know. I like fell out of it, and then once I was out of it, it was hard to get back into it, you know. As in, like, I fell out of my schedule. My sleep schedule went to shit. I was like, there was a day where I was like feeling sick all day and just other stuff. I ran out of money for a few days there. I was all over the place. And so because I was out of money, I couldn't like buy as much food and stuff, and so I felt really like shitty and stuff. I have money back now. I'm fine, but yeah, but now we're in lockdown again, so I don't know. Maybe that's what I needed to force myself to stream again. But I'm glad I did. It was fun today. Muse Dash was alright. Katawa Shoujo was fun. I'm enjoying the Emmy route. It's actually really good so far. I'll have to go back outside of the stream and actually go through the sex scene. Because it's really important in some routes. I feel like it really matters in the... Well, if you do the Misha part of the Shizune route, I feel like that Misha one really matters. Because that's like everything. That's like the whole point of getting that ending is like the sex... Like you really need to read that and see how like Hisao's talking about how they're not enjoying it. I'd say the Hanako one's pretty important because that's also the reason that like all the endings happen. The first Rin one's pretty important. The second one not so much. And Lily's ones don't really matter either. I don't think that much. Shizune's main one also doesn't really matter. But yeah. I'm just saying. Point is, I need to go. I'll make sure to go back and read it so that I have extra context of what's going on. Anyway, so I'll see you all. What day is it? Is it Sunday? It's Sunday. Okay, I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Eva, Katawa Shoujo, or Fire Emblem probably. Yeah, that's probably the most likely. All right. Why am I getting weird about ending a stream? I'll see you all next time. You stay frosty. I feel like I'm forgetting something that I usually say at the end of streams. I don't know, whatever. Stay frosty.